players.
I am not gay. I am not gay.
Has she gone or is she here? Kathleen Kennedy's employment status is queer.
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come. Oh.
What are you doing?
Adjusting your breasts. You fainted and they shifted all out of whack. There.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
As long as the credits keep rolling in, life's good.
It's really ready to go. Okay, Cicely! Okay, Cicely! Okay, Cicely! Take me by the hand, take me by the hand. Okay, Cicely! Take me by the hand, take me by the hand. Okay, Cicely! He, him, they, them. He, him, they, them. Some people just call me Fluffy. Me by the hand. The ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man. What the fuck is he wearing? It's not Halloween. Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man. Fucking sizzling. Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man. Oh my god, am I spending the card? Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man. Oh my god, like yeah. Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man. Hey darling, you can smile more. Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man. That's what we fucking do. Fuck off! Ooh, me by the hand. Ooh, Mr. Ocean Man. Ooh, me by the hand. Ooh, Mr. Ocean Man. Yeah, she is all gangrenous. That's cute, you massive fucking soy cock. He, him, they, them. Superficial bollocks. He, him, they, them. Spider monkey fucker. Some people just call me Fluffy. Holy shit. Yard, 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 yard. It's Captain Gay. Yes, of course it's Captain Gay. Yard, 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 yard. It's really ready to go. You're some Hollywood horse bitch. Kitty fuck. Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man, fucking sizzling. Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man, I'm gonna make quad your main balls. Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man, oh my god, like yeah. Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man, beat him into submission. Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man, Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man, yada 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 yada. Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man, you got me. Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man, so fucking crazy. Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man, fuck off. Fire, fire, big pants flyer. One of them. So that went well. Let's move on. She's like, it's so. Oh look, what a coincidence. God damn, I hate this thing. I can't say the word tampon. Who fucking... There is nothing I love more. Taking my headphones off, fuck that. Bethesda, there is nothing I love more than to fire up a brand new RPG, lose myself.
Sorry, did you want to get immersed in our world? Yeah, well, guess what?
Fucking pronouns! I love nothing more than to be dragged out at every fucking conceivable opportunity so you can fucking current day us. Current fucking day! Fuck off! We can't see past our own fucking reflection. That's the level of our narcissism here at Bethesda. Twat waffle! That's all you fucking are! Twat waffle! Fuck off! Fucking gender ambiguity! Fucking current day Californian shit! Cause that's all we fucking know! Cause we're boring! We're so fucking boring! You're boring! You're fucking dull! You have nothing to say! Fuck your immersion! Guess what? Fucking pronouns! You take everything we love and you just can't help! Shovel your bullshit fucking crap! Ideology into everything! Every single solitary fucking thing! Obviously, if I didn't have the mute button on my microphone, and then you take it off, and then people can hear you. Good afternoon, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Afternoon Tea with Az. I got some good news. I got some bad news. The good news is I've got my coffee. The bad news is I haven't had my morning shit. It hasn't happened. I can feel it in my anus. I can feel it. I can feel it in my bowels. So there's probably going to come a time where I'm just going to, oh guys, there's a knock at the door, which is the longest song I've got available. And that'll be it. I'll come back and I'll be so much more relaxed. Be like, hey everyone, hey. I'll be coming back and be like, hey, how you doing? You okay? You good? You okay? It's me, One Piece, man. I look tired. I am tired. I am tired. I'll tell you why I'm tired. So, Thursday, the 20th. Ooh, that reminds me. Thursday, the 20th. Assin. Get your ass in my ass in a Creed Shadows releases. Start a stream at midday. I go through 8.5 hour, 8.5 stream, non-stop. Boom, got them. Booby doobies. And after the stream, I get a shower. I hit the gym. I come back from the gym. I get a bite to eat. And then I'm just like, I need to unwind. I need to unwind because that ass in my ass Creed didn't do it for me. Did not do it for me. So I ended up, because I bought it on the PC as well. I ended up playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. And I played it through to
7 a.m., 6:30 a.m. So then I go to sleep, then I wake up, and then I'll get about 6 hours tops, 5 hours. And then I fire up another ass in my ass Creed at 12:30 the next day. What do? I play for 7 hours. Play for 7 hours. I finish. I go to the gym again. I come back. I relax for a bit. Guess what? I put on Final Fantasy VII Rebirth again. And it's just so easy to get into. So easy to get into. And I'm playing it till 6, 7 a.m. again. Then I go to bed. Then I wake up at normal time. I say normal time. Normal streaming time. And I'm just like, it's Saturday. The last thing that I want to do is fire up an ass in my ass. Creed. Yeah, it's just the perfect palate cleanser. So I take yesterday to relax. I have a date planned with Chat's mum later that day as well. So I just don't want to ruin anything. So I just relax. And I relax by playing a little Final Fantasy Rebirth. And then I have a lovely little date. 5-hour date with Chat's mum. She's away on business at the minute, so we had to do it through the old the old facey time business. 5 hours goes past just like that. Boom. Just like that. Gone. And then I unwind with a little bit more Final Fantasy Rebirth, and then I go to bed. And then I go to bed. I'm doing some research into in my ass. Creed. Because do you know something, chat? This is gonna shock you. I have a media asset for this. I have a minute. Some things about in my ass, Creed, just aren't adding up.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What is not quite adding up about in my ass, Creed? Let's have a little look, shall we? Let's just get in. I know tomorrow I've got to do it because today I can't. Afternoon tea, then I got Sunday fun day. Then I'm gonna go to bed, get a good night's sleep tonight. No Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I'm gonna play Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Boobies, and then get up tomorrow, and we're gonna hit in my ass, Creed. But there's just something. There's just something which ain't adding up. Let's have a look, shall we?
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You see? Oh. Actually. Oh. Is this going to be a tale of two shitties? A tale of two Hey, yeah. Yes, let's do a comparison. Here we go. I want to show you something. I want to show you something. Okay. This is a tweet by a corporation, a company. This company, I believe, is now owned by Microsoft. But it's a tweet, a post from Warhorse Studios on the 17th of February, just a couple of few days after launch of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Look at this tweet. 2 million copies sold. 2 million copies in under 2 weeks. A toast to you all for making Kingdom Come Deliverance a triumph. 2 million copies sold. Okay. So why am I showing you this? What's this got to do with Creed? Well, when a company sells a video game, they like to brag about it, you know, and rightfully so. Nothing wrong with that. We sold 2 million copies. Good on you. I mean, congratulations. Good on you. We're proud. We're saying it loud and proud. Good stuff. Well done. Now then. Let's just go and look at the in my ass. The Assassin's Creed Twitter account. You see, Ubisoft is doing even better than Warhorse Studios. They're doing even better than Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 because boobies. 2 days, not 2 weeks. 2 days after the release of In My Ass Hole Shadows, they put this up. It's the same thing. 2 million players. Wait, hold on. That says 2 million copies sold. This says 2 million players.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. These one is not the same as the other. What does that mean, Ubisoft? What does that mean? Out of those 2 million players, how many bought the game? How many sales? It's not difficult to know because Warhorse Studios are here. They know exactly that they've sold 2 million copies in 2 weeks. But out of the 2 million players, what does that mean? How many units were sold? Okay. Well, do you know what, chat? Do you know what? What we're gonna do is we're gonna see how many people are playing on Steam. Then we're gonna see how many people are playing on Steam. Okay. Now let's have a look, shall we? Oh, okay. There's 256,000 people at peak. Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. Oh, sorry, chat. I'm talking about Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I'm talking about Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. An all-time peak on Steam of 256,000. There's 61,753 players right now on the game. Right now. Now, this has been out for longer. It's had more sales since the 2 weeks. So it's okay. So where's Assassin's Creed? Here's Assassin's Creed Shadows. Wait, what? Wait. Hold up. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. How can one game sell 2 million? It peaks at 256,000, which will be most likely either the first or the second weekend of the game's release. And Assassin's Creed has sold 2 million players. And yet is only peaking at less than a quarter, less than 25%. Was Kingdom Come 2 Deliverance on consoles? Yes, it was on Xbox. Was it an Xbox exclusive? I don't know. Is Kingdom Come Deliverance on PS5? Kingdom, because Microsoft bought them, remember. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Yes, it's on. Oh, wait, hold on. What? Yeah, it's on PlayStation as well. Yeah. So it's on PlayStation. It's on Xbox. It's on PC.
Wait a minute.
Something ain't right. Something ain't right. 59,000 players now. It's going to go above this today because it's early doors. But how much? Well, probably not that much. Maybe hit 80, 90. I'd say it's a possibility, but 89. Wait a minute. There's another game. There is another game that I remember playing that did between 80 and 90,000 people playing at peak. What was the name of that game? What was the name of it? I cannot remember. What was the name of that game? The name of that game. What was the name of that game? Dragon Age the Veilguard, all-time peak. 89,000 for... Wait, I don't get this. I'm confused. Do you know what?
Wait a minute.
But this game was a mitigated disaster, which led to the firing of all the writers and the lead developer, a man who goes by the name of Kareem Bush, leaving the company. But this is more people. This had more people playing than in my ass. Creed Shadows. Is this going to get above the 18? Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm getting something in on the radio. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Oh, you see. I just got some news in on the radio, and the news in on the radio said, yeah, but as you do know that if you go to, or you are subscribed to the Ubisoft platform, that you can pick up in my ass Shadows for $20. So if I subscribe to the Ubisoft platform, then I can pick it up for cheaper. So I pay the subscription, which is $15 or so, $18. Then I buy the game for $20. It costs me $38, which is less than if I bought it off Steam. But
Wait a minute.
we are lazy people nowadays. Let's just be honest. Let's just call it how it is. And by lazy, I mean that was nice and cold by the end. We tend to buy our games through the path of least resistance. About 90% of games now are digitally purchased as opposed to physically purchased. It's a big turnaround. I remember when it was the flip reverse of that. So most people will go the path of least resistance, and most people have big Steam accounts. Most of their games are on Steam. So are you asking a person whose library is on Steam to subscribe to another platform to be able to pick up the game for cheaper when they can go through the path of least resistance on Steam and have it all there anyway? I don't know. I think you're asking a little bit too much there. GOG, you don't subscribe to GOG. You're not paying a monthly subscription fee for GOG. Do I have GOG? Yes. What is my usage of GOG to Steam? Less than 1%. Less than 1%. For sure. I have a Steam library, and if I'm going to get a digital game, and of course with digital games, you put it in the lap of the gods because you don't own the physical copy, kids, adults. Purchase physical media. I've even moved my Witcher game over to Steam because Steam will read the GOG account and you can pick up from there anyway. But we're going to be doing a completely fresh playthrough of The Witcher 3 in May because it's going to be celebrating the 10-year anniversary. But most people, not everybody, but most people will likely take the path of least resistance. And they'll pick up the game if they're going to pick it up on the PC through Steam. So if you want to convince me that the bulk of the sales have been done through the Ubisoft platform, I would not be able to take that path with you. I think there's too much mitigating circumstances. Now that we've got the PC conversation over with, because it is over, because we can see exactly what it's doing. We can see exactly what it's doing, which is this. That's what we can see. 59,000 players on the game now, just about to overtake, but 60,000 at peak. This is 100% not a good start. 100%. Now, let's bring in the console conversation. Okay? Let's bring in the console conversation. There are a lot of PlayStation 5s out there. There are a lot of Xbox One X platform B to the power of 2. Microsoft, you need to fucking sort out your names. The shit. The shit. So let's just talk about consoles. PlayStation 5, Xbox. Are the sales on the consoles so high that they are dwarfing PC sales? Now, let me ask you a question, chat. Let's get you involved in this next bit. Does that make any sense? Is my ass Shadows a game which has bucked every trend, and people are saying, I am not going to get this for my PC. I'm going to buy it now for my console for some reason. Does it make sense? Well, there's a wonderful lady out there. She goes by the name of Judge Judy. And Judge Judy used to have a saying. Now, this saying isn't an absolute for sure, but she used to have a saying, if it doesn't make sense, then it's probably not right. When people's stories don't make sense, invariably they are telling some little fibby poopers. Okay, but yes, all of what you're saying now is speculation on your behalf. 100%. I mean, we do have some quantifiable evidence. But is this enough to extrapolate all the data we need? No, of course it isn't. Reese, if you opened up your fucking ears for 2 seconds, what did I just say? I said it's not always the case. Holy fucking shit. Do people actually... Anyway. So do I have... Or do we have enough information to extrapolate exactly how many sales there have been of the game? No, of course we don't. Of course we don't. But something just doesn't make sense. When a company sells, they brag. And they have every reason to brag. When a company sells, they brag. Boom, we done this. Bang. We sold 2 million copies in 2 weeks. 2 million players. Okay? When a company doesn't sell 2 million, they say players and not sales. And that's a fact. Ubisoft lawyers, that is a fact. Because Ubisoft have shareholders. And shareholders want the monies. They want games to sell. They want profits to come in. They want the stock price to rise so that their stock value increases. So when you sell something, you say, we sold, because that makes stockholders' dicks hard. Just like Yasuke's when he violates his they-them man bun in the game, where 66.6% of his relationships are with men. I am not gay. Yasuke has relationships with women and sex with men. Well, I got news for you. The married man who had children, that means Ubisoft made you gay. So when a company sells, they use a very specific word. It's called sold. It's called sold. And when a company doesn't sell, it uses another word to try and fudge numbers, to try and make it appear as if the game is doing better than it actually is. And then they use words like engagement, as they did with Dragon Age, the Veilguard. Then they use terms like players. Because if they had actually sold 2 million units, they would have fucking said 2 million copies sold in 2 days. But they didn't, because they didn't. Now, there is another piece of evidence that I would like to add. And this piece is probably the most damning of all of them. And what piece of evidence could that be? Would you speculate, chat? What evidence do you think that could be produced that would show the state of the company after the launch of this game and how the vision of that game, the sales of that game has affected the company? Well, that's easy. Let's have a look at the stock price. Because if the game has released, and the game has released to massive accolade, not with critics' reviews because they're meaningless. I could wipe my fucking ass on a piece of paper right now. I could lay it out in a street. I could put fucking ribbons all around it and call it art. And that would be more fucking valuable than any game critic's review ever will be. But if a game has genuinely, legitimately got off to an excellent start, then that would be reflected internally, and internally being reflected would actually have a very good effect on the stock price, because there would be what is commonly referred to as buzz. And Assassin's in my ass Shadows came out on a Thursday. So there was Thursday trading and Friday trading. There would be a big buzz. So exactly how well is the stock price doing? Well, it's still on its way down. 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 Let's get into it. Let's go into a here. Let's go into here. Let's go into here. Let's share this one. Down. Down it goes. Down, down, down it goes. Down Ubisoft stock goes. Down, down, down it goes. Down Ubisoft stock goes. Down it goes. But this is the release day here. This is the release. What's going on? That's the release day. That's the release day. Why would it go? Ooh, oh. Why would it plunge down on release day? If the sales are great. If the internal news is that sales are really strong for Assassin's Creed Shadows, why would the stock price tumble so much? And why the next day could they not get it to recover and it ends the next day even below the day of release? Do you know what, chat? Do you know what?
Wait a minute.
It's just not adding up. It's just not adding up. And so, when it's not adding up, when you're not doing well, when the game is not selling as expected, you know what you say? You say, we've got 2 million players because you don't have too many, but you don't have 2 million sales, is what you don't have. So, Ubisoft, I have a question. How many sales? In those 2 million players, how many sales? We're not over yet, chap. This ain't over yet. And I know we didn't have any foreplay today, and I know I just stuck it in Raw, but we're not done with Ubisoft yet. No, sir, no, ma'am. I just want to read the first super chat because this is gonna link in. The first super chat here. Too tired with a $10. He says, working tonight, so we'll catch the stream later. Will say the Assassin's Creed does look better than Dustborn, but that's a low bar to climb. You could cut Yasuke and the game would flow like ass too. Thank you for the super chat, Too Tired. Hope you have a good day at work. Now, the reason why I wanted to show that super chat is because they make a comparison to Duskborn. I did a couple of Duskborn streams. The game gave me cancer. It's hilariously bad. But do you know the budget of Duskborn? Do you know what the budget of Duskborn was? Well, the budget of Dustborn was $1.4 million. And about 80 people. It was 1.4 million. Okay. Most of that was raised through government funding, aka Canada paid for it. 1.4 million. Okay. What is the budget of In My Ass Shadows? Well, the budget is being currently reported at between 250 Norway, sorry, not Canada, Norway. Between 250 and 350 million dollars. So even if we split it down the middle and say 300 million, slightly higher budget than Dustborn. Okay. So it's not like we can do any comparison. I mean, they're both slop. But having played 15 odd hours of In My Ass Shadows, what are my thoughts on the game? Well, did you buy it? Well, yeah, I did, because I wanted to stream it. I wanted to give my audience, because it's my fucking job as a YouTuber and a gamer. I wanted to show the game, and I wanted to give my honest opinion. My legitimate, honest opinion. If I liked it, I'd say so. If I thought it was mid, I would say so. If I thought it was shit, I would say so. Do you go into a game with preconceptions? I think you always go into a game with certain preconceptions, unless you've just stayed away from everything. But even then, based off the current climate, based off the current ESG, DI, wokeness of certain things, even if you've avoided everything, you just have to know which company made this. And if you say a certain company's name, then it might elicit a opinion or a preconception. So did I go in with certain preconceptions? Yeah, of course I did. Of course I did. It still doesn't mean that I'm not going to call it down the middle. I've made it perfectly clear that Assassin's Creed is not a franchise that I'm massively keen on at all. Doesn't really work for me, but I understand why people like it. From a technical perspective, I get that. I understand that. Not my particular bag, but so it has to really kind of tickle my taint. But a feudal Japanese game? Oh, okay, you've got my interest now. You've got my interest now. Didn't Star Wars Outlaws flop too? Massively underperformed. Sold around 800,000 units by the looks of it. But even Dragon Age the Veilguard, EA said, we had 1.5 million engagements on the game. What the fuck does that mean? It means 1.5 million people played the game at some point. Right, okay. But there's lots of extenuating circumstances as to where these people come from. For example, it's not the case with Assassin's Creed Shadows, but it's the case with the Veilguard, is that it was on Xbox Pass. So if you had a subscription to Xbox Pass, which is $10 a month, you don't even have to play the game. You don't have to buy the game. You can just get it. Bang. So the 1.5 million engagements for the Veilguard was not 1.5 million sales. We know by data which has now been extrapolated from other sources that it actually performed poorer than Star Wars Outlaws. And if Star Wars Outlaws sold around 800,000 units, then Dragon Age the Veilguard couldn't have sold over 800,000 units. So exactly how many units did it sell? Well, obviously more time has passed since that data has been extrapolated, so it might have crept up a wee bit. But the likelihood is, and let's just be generous, let's just be real fucking generous. The likelihood is it hasn't sold any more than about 1 million copies tops. Tops. Concord numbers would be extra special because they gave full refunds for all of the digital sales, and physically it only sold about 25,000 copies. Physically. Remember, 90% of sales now are digital as opposed to physical. So let's just say that's a 90% split, yeah? So 10% of the game sales were physical, 25,000. So the game sells 250,000 units in total. Ooh. Oh! And then they refund 90% of that. They shut the game down. And they spent $400 million plus on Concord. That's that is expert. That is S plus levels of failure. Assassin's Creed Shadows was never going to do that. If you listened to Rip and the Silverback, if you watch Rip and the Silverback this week, Eric and I were speculating because, of course, it was the night before Christmas. Eric and I were speculating on how many sales, not players, sales. Ubisoft, you see, sales are cold, hard facts. I mean, the price could be fluctuating based on the fact that you're pretty much giving it away on your platform. So if people are feeling cunning, they could literally subscribe for 1 month, buy it for nothing, play it, unsubscribe from your platform, and you've lost a lot of money. You've lost a lot of money on that. Eric and I were speculating on sales numbers for the game. And I speculated that it would probably sell 2 to 3 million. But over the course of what? A month? Maybe? Which in itself wouldn't be great because the bulk of your sales are done early doors. And when the bulk of your full price sales are done, that's when you start reducing the cost of the game. That's when you start doing sales on the game, simply to raise the number of units sold. And I did some loosey-goosey, as best I could, numbers on The Last of Us Part 2 and whether or not The Last of Us Part 2 had made money or lost money. I did a video about it. It's a good video, if I do say so myself. And using all the data that had been provided for The Last of Us Part 2, it looks like the game made a profit of about $60-70 million. Does that make The Last of Us Part 2 a success? No. The Last of Us 2 is if you're putting $220 million into a game, you're wanting a better return than $60 to $70 million, because the law of diminishing returns, if a game sells, the first game sells 10 million copies, and then the second game sells 20 million copies, then your franchise is growing. When your first game sells 30 million copies and your second game sells 11 to 12 million copies, your game is dying miserably. So if you eke out a 60 to 70 million profit, on paper, it's a profit. It's good. You can't knock that. But if you were to put another 220 million into a game, a third game, would you make your money back? Well, based on the numbers and based on the reaction to the game, the chances are you would end up losing money on that game. Because the law of diminishing returns is going that way. And it's not soaring. It's not a law of diminishing returns if your game is soaring. So that's kind of loosey-goosey numbers. Watch the video. I go through all of the data that was provided. So watch that video if you want to see how I kind of get to that number. And yes, it is loosey-goosey. It is loosey-goosey, but it's using the data that we've got. And you see, it's using the data that we've got because if a game is a success, then the company will brag about the sale. They will brag about the success of the game. But it took Naughty Dog 2 years to hit the 10 million sales mark on the game. At least that's what they claimed. But out of those 10 million sales, how much were at full price? What was the cost? Blah, blah, blah. I even worked out that the average sale on The Last of Us Part 2 was about $25. That's what the average sale was on the game, approximately $25, which means that after the bulk of the full price sales have been done, and it started like a house on fire in sales. But once people got into the story and they realized how shit the fucking game was, then those sales dropped off a cliff, which meant your full price drops off a cliff, which means then you're relying on sales to try and flog more units. And is a sale at $50 still a sale if it's $10? Yes, that is 2 sales. But it's not 2 full price sales. It's now a $60 sale, so it's a $30 a piece. So you have to play with loosey-goosey numbers. Hey, Jordan, and hey, Saskas, we're getting some Rippaverse representation in the chat. Elevation Blue, I'm not ignoring you, dude. I will be going through the supers shortly. I'll be going through the super chat shortly. So I do them in order that they came in. So don't worry. Ain't ignoring you. It's a very generous super chat. It's a very generous super chat. We'll get there. So when a corporation likes to brag about sales, they use the word sales. Sold. So when you've got a budget of $250 to $350 million, averaging out, let's say $300 million, you've got to sell a lot of units to even break even. You've got to sell millions of units to break even. The likelihood is to recoup that money, they have to sell somewhere in the region of 4 to 5 million to recoup that money. I just clicked onto the hidden replies on the post. Yeah, I don't think I can show them on stream. Yeah, I don't think we can show them on stream. But it's very telling when you want to signal when you don't have the numbers. It's very telling. it's very telling that they wanted to say to us, we got 2 million people playing the game, but they don't want to tell you how many of those 2 million actually bought the fucking game. Which is interesting. Now, chat, I'm going to leave you with a little sing song because there's somebody knocking at the door. And I'll be back in a couple of minutes, and we shall carry on. We'll start on some supers, and we shall carry on.
It's really ready to go.
Fucking stuttering! Fucking stuttering! Fucking stuttering!
Take me by the hand, take me by the hand, take me by the hand, take me by the hand. He, him, they, them. He, him, they, them. Some people just call me Fluffy. Darling, you can smile more. Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man, that's what we fucking do. Fuck off! Ooh, take me by the hand. Ooh, Mr. Ocean Man. Ooh, take me by the hand. Ooh, Mr. Ocean Man. Yeah, she is all gangrenous. That's cute, you massive fucking soy cock. He, him, they, them. Superficial bollocks. He, him, they, them. Spider monkey fucker. Some people just call me Fluffy. Holy shit. Yard, 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 yard. It's Captain Gay. Yes, of course it's Captain Gay. Yard, 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 yard. It's really ready to go. You're some Hollywood horse bitch.
Kitty fuck.
Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man,
Fucking stuttering!
ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man,
I'm gonna make wad of your main balls.
ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man,
Oh my god, like yeah.
ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man,
Beat him into submission.
ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man, ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man,
Yada 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 yada.
ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man,
You got me.
ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man,
So fucking crazy!
ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man,
Fuck off!
fire, fire, big pants flyer. One of them. So that went well. Let's move on. Choose player. It's oh look, what a coincidence! God damn, I hate this thing. I can't say the word tampon. Who fucking?
What about call that timing? Call that timing. Right. We're back. I've sorted out the person knocking at the door. Okay. So, yes, that's me. You've played about 15 hours of the game so far, correct? What have you thought of the game so far? Well, not impressed. The game is pretty shit. The story is boring. The characters, I would say, let's say character, because we haven't even unlocked Yasuke yet. He's been in the game for 10 minutes. And it's all Naue. The AI is laughably bad. The voice acting is appalling. The dialogue is absolutely pathetic. We have tried to create our own fun. The amount of moments where we've just burst out laughing due to how buggy the game is, how terrible the AI is. And I'm playing on expert difficulty. I started off on normal, and people like put it onto expert as, put it onto expert. I put it onto expert. Did it sort any of it out? No. But let's just have a little look-see. Let's just have a look-see at how good this game is. Let's just have a little look at some of the stealth. So we're in combat here, you know. That's some stealth for you there, folks. Go prone and don't get hit. Let's just have a little look. See, I'm gonna put my headphones on for this one. I haven't watched this one, so I have no idea what words we're gonna get here. But I'm taking a leap of faith here, chat. Okay, yeah, all right, okay. So it's showing you the sort of difference in tones between the two, making his way through to get to the dude, to kill the dude. Meanwhile, 2025, let's just scissor me timbers. This is what's important. This is what used to be important. This is what's now important in current fucking day, as somebody likes to say. I think it's a matter of what? There's you. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Let's here we go, chat. Here we go. So this is the mainstream media at its best. 5 out of 5, VGA 24/7. Wrong. It gave it 100 out of 100. 100 out of 100. This is the greatest game ever made. It's perfection. And they started off with the review with, this game has problems. That's how they started off their 100 out of 100 review. This game has problems. Perfect. Can't get any better. Gaming trends, a hundo out of a hundo. GameStar 87. That's a bit weird, but that one there. Okay. 5 out of 5 from the Mirror, the Daily fucking Mirror. That bastion of gaming. TRG, I don't even know who TR fucking GR. 4.5 out of 5. Game Rant 9. Gaming Bible 9. Noisy Pixel 95 out of 100. Digital Chumps, never heard of them. 95 out of 100. NME, that bastion of gaming, 5 out of 5. Jou Video, excuse me, what? 17 out of 20. Eurogamer.de. So the Dutch The Dutch Eurogamer, 5 out of 5. This is the bestest. This is the bestest game the world has ever made. Objectively, no. Objectively, no. What else we got? Not even 3 minutes into trying to get footage for the review, and I run into this bug. Let's have a look at this bug. Let's have a look at this. Let's have a look at this. I mean, I came across bug after bug after bug after bug with the game. There were so many different bugs. Let's see what this bug's like. Oh, I've had that. I've had that. Yeah, I had that. Yeah, I had that. I had that. So now hold on, wait. Is she gonna get back up again though with this one? There's another. Oh, and they're back up again. Yeah, okay. So I had a similar bug. There was a guy sleeping on the floor. I crept up to them. I assassinated them. They died, and then they just stood right back up again. The second time I assassinated them, though, they did die. They did stay dead the second time. This one, no. This one ain't dying. She doing all right. Okay, so it took them three attempts. It took me 2. It took me 2 when I got that bug. Okay, let's see this one. There's another. Here's another. Let's see about this one. By the way, there's a reason that I'm doing all this. There is a reason. I mean, apart from the lols. Is this just going to jump in the water and then he'll just lose them immediately? We had that a lot. In terms of we could be fighting somebody just literally crouched behind the barrels that right in front of them, and they'd be like, I lost them. I think they were trying to go for the assassination, and then it just backstepped them into the water. I think that's what the that's what the thing is here. If we watch it, if we just watch the beginning bit, when they come up here, you'll see that they've got the assassination and the grab. Now, the assassination you can see is going to take off that much health, so it's not going to be an immediate kill. So we know that. But look what happens when they try to assassinate them. It just jumps them back into the water. I think that's what the thing was there. This is gonna be the image. It's on today's thumbnail. This is the image that's forever going to be associated with this game. Yasuke's just about to get it on with a they them male, and he just looks directly into the camera, absolutely battered out of his head by the looks of it, you know, because I guess that I can't even go into this shit. I can't even go into this shit. But there's a reason. There's a reason why I wanted just to kind of do a little bit like that. Let's just see if we can do a couple more though. because there is a very specific reason why I'm doing this. Okay, we saw that. After playing Shadows for 5 hours, I can't believe how bad it really is. You want to try 15 hours, mate. You want to try 15 hours. So we saw that one. Okay, so this is from a Carnage stream. This is not Carnage that's posted this, but I want to see what he came up against. So the reason why I want to see is when I was streaming, somebody came into my stream and they said, Carnage is streaming this right now. And if you know anything about the guy, he's just kind of like your family-friendly streamer. And they said his chat's just roasting the shit out of this game. Now, how true that is, don't know. I mean, we sure as hell was because it was garbage. But let's just see what this one's about. Okay. Oh, okay.
I think we just saw a raccoon T-pose. Pretty sure that's what just happened.
Okay, that's pretty tame. It's pretty tame, but pretty funny. Pretty tame. What's this one? Oh yeah, okay. So this is right at the beginning of it. This isn't a bug. This is just like, oh dear God. This is really setting the tone for exactly what they wanted to do with Assassin's Creed. So this is at the start of the game because you only get to play Yasuke for 10 minutes, 15 minutes tops, and then it just goes on to Naue, and it's just dominantly her. But this is the start, and this is exactly what the game they want about the game.
Has your skin always been this way?
Yeah, that's where we are with that one. And by the way, the introduction to Yasuke was just laughable because he's on the screen in like a couple of minutes, and within a couple of minutes, Nubaga, whatever, is already Odo. I'll just say Odo. Odo is already talking about how your man has already scouted everybody out in the room. He's sensed all the danger. This man is going to grow up to be a great warrior. He's got great perceptions, and he will be a legend. And it's just like, what? He's been on the screen for 2 fucking minutes. Talk about tell, don't show. Odo from DS9, yes. Odo from DS9. Nobunaga. There, I remembered. Nobunaga. But he's on the screen for like 2 minutes, and we just get told all of that. No show. Just pure tell from the beginning of the game. Okay. Let's see this one, because this is from the official Assassin's Creed account, apparently. Let's have a look. The Grums is sharing this one. Let's see about this one. So this is from the official Ubisoft account.
Sounds good.
Hold on a second.
Hello.
Come over here.
They can't pet the dog. He tried to pet the dog and it bugged out.
We're not cool like that yet. Don't worry.
Yeah. Okay, so look, he gets the action. Hold on a second. Boom. So he's got the action to pet the dog. It's there. And he's hit it, and he can't. There, it didn't work. So he did engage it. He did hit the Y. He engaged the dog. The dog didn't do it. Okay, small bug, but quite funny that was on the official Assassin's Creed live stream, and it didn't. It did not work. Assassin's Creed worth playing when it has so many bugs. Let's have a look at. This is the face-in-face action. Let's have a look at some face-in-face action.
Say about something. This is amazing. This is perfect design, I guess. Oh my God.
What's going on with Ubisoft's most anticipated ninja game of November 2024?
Wait, what? The most anticipated ninja game of 2024? Why? How many ninja games did Ubisoft put out in 2024? I mean, admittedly, it got delayed to 2025, but just how many Ninja games did they put out for it to be the most anticipated? Because they said anticipated Ubisoft Ninja game. They didn't even. Okay.
Recently, on the YouTube platform appeared a video reviewing the Assassin's Creed Shadow trailer from a group of Japanese friends.
Yeah.
They discovered extremely unreasonable errors coming from Ubisoft's upcoming game. According to the review, the character's sword doesn't properly fit into the scabbard.
Oh, yeah?
The character's helmet doesn't accumulate snow despite snowfall.
I mean, they're not wrong, right? I mean, that's not, true. True.
And
is that the worst thing in the world ever? No. Is it if you're going to put the mechanics in for all the other places to do it, should the helmets do it? Yeah. Again, I like to use this analogy because I think this analogy is actually really telling. 10 years ago, The Witcher 3 came out, and one of the mechanics of Geralt was that Geralt's hair and beard grow. Geralt's hair and beard grow the more that you're out in the world. So if you were to go to a barber and have your hair shaved sides and just at the top, complete shave on the beard, and then you went out into the world, then Geralt's beard would grow back and the side on his head, the hair on his head would grow back. So that's just a thing that happens through being out in the world, and it's trying to show a passage of time. It's a small detail, but it's a nice little detail. So if you're going to have snow coming down, should you have it accumulate on the house? Yeah. Is it the, like I said, the most unforgivable thing? No, but it's just so bizarre that in 10 years, we've gone from, because it's the details that make a game, and it is the details that matter. And I'll fucking tell anyone that says there's not shit. No, it is. Details matter. And it is immersion. Yeah, it is an immersion thing. So, but just the 10 years of difference. 10 years of difference. So weird.
Well, a strangely gentle hug. Due to these highlighted flaws, the trailer has received a staggering 19,000 dislikes compared to only 11,000 likes on YouTube. Are you still excited for this?
Okay, not the greatest video there, admittedly. Whatever that was, but not the greatest one. What's this one? 10 interesting details. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay. So this is one that you might have seen. I have not experienced this bug yet, but this is quite a fun one. Decapitates the person and they're up.
Dude, just what the hell?
So just got the killing move on a guy, decapitated them, and their body just comes back up, full health, full shields, or armor, if you want to. No head, and then it becomes invincible.
Dude's walking around without a head.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Tis but a flesh wound. Okay. So am I just being a big fat meanie poopy pants because I'm showing off these bugs? Yes. But I want to show two things. I want to show a review, and then I want to show an article. So let's show this review. Hold up. Which one is it? This one? No. That one? No. Which one? There it is. Okay, so this is from Vice. Assassin's Creed Shadows is one of the most polished, elegant, and all-round best games the franchise has ever seen. Well, okay, that's just objectively wrong. I mean, regardless of whether or not you like the game or dislike the game, the amount of absolute bugs and knackery on this game are insane. I admittedly have spent a lot of my time on the game trying to have my own fun. And trying to have my own fun has caused all kinds of knack to happen with the game. Now, by trying to have my own fun, does that mean I'm trying to find mechanics to break the game? No. What it means is that instead of just following the story, I'm using the sandbox elements and I'm going into castles and I'm trying to take over the castles and stuff. I am trying to play the game as the game was intended to do. A little bit of stealth and a little bit of fighting. But I've discovered that when I start to pull multiple enemies, then you get into this bizarre system where you can just lose them by, like I've already said, dropping down in front of a barrel right in front of them, just getting into a little bit of grass right in front of them. There was a guy that was after me, and I dived into some bushes, and as soon as I dived into the bushes, he just went, "Where have they gone?" Now, that is really appalling AI, because he was right in front of me. Now, has that always happened? No. So it means that the programming can be correct. So why isn't it incorrect in certain instances? Why is it broken immediately in some instances? Don't make a lot of sense. I mean, it's got to be poor coding. It's just got to be poor coding. Yes, there was a guy who I was fighting in a tiny room, and there was a staircase going up. Just a tiny staircase going up. It wasn't blocked, and I was literally running around the staircase. Well, I was crouched, and we're going around the staircase, and if he hit the side slat when I hit the side slat on the other time, he would say, "I've lost them. I've lost them." It was not good. There's 15 hours of stream. Let's say there's 12 odd hours, I think, of gameplay. 12 odd hours of gameplay, and there was just how many times there have come across bugs, how many times there has been just laughable stuff as regards to the combat. Now, there are elements of the combat which I like. I like throwing down the smoke bombs. I like coming into the smoke bombs and assassinating people. That's good stuff. That's fun stuff. But you can't just have a couple of things work and a lot of things not work, or vice versa. You can't just have some stuff work and some stuff be completely broken. Now, so this is, I mean, objectively, that's just bollocks, mate. That's just bollocks. So this is why I wanted to bring this up. Where's the other one? Here we go. Here we go. Now, this is, I think, a very important article, because this is Ubisoft that have said this. This is Ubisoft. Half of the Assassin's Creed Shadows devs are new to game development. Ubisoft have said this themselves. 50% of the people who are working on Assassin's Creed Shadows, they said, were working on their very first video game. And that is exactly what my response was. My response was, it shows. It shows. Now, why they were hired? Were they the best people for the job? I'm going to press X to doubt on that. I'm going to press X to doubt. But let's just have a little look-see here. The upcoming Assassin's Creed Shadows has sparked heated debates amongst fans even before its release. Continues to be a topic of intense discussion. After the game was postponed until next year, Ubisoft stated that additional polishing was necessary. Just imagine the state that it would have come out in if they did release it when they wanted to last year. Imagine the state that it would have come out in. Because in the current state, it's, like I said, it's completely bought. The AI is absolutely awful beyond compare. And if you've seen my streams, I've been doing some stuff where I've literally been going around assassinating the guards in front of everybody. Sometimes they'll run away in fear. And then other times they just won't give a shit. They'll just stand there. Nobody says anything. Nobody runs to get the guards. And stuff like that is important. Because that is immersion. So if you're just killing guards in front of everyone and they're not doing anything, and then even when they run away, they kind of like run away and then they'll just meander back. Like the game's forgotten that you have just done that, or that person has just witnessed you doing that. And then I just started to create a pile of dead bodies in town. I'd assassinate a guard and I'd just carry their body. And I'd just be carrying the body through town and people just wouldn't be giving a shit. Now, let's be honest. All Assassin's Creed game had bad AI. Okay, look. Because the past has had something, does that mean it's excusable today? Oh, well, they've always that is it's always been shit cope. Star Wars is great. Star Wars is amazing. If you don't like it, you're a bigot, you're a homophobe, you're a racist, you're a sexist, blah, blah. We don't care. It's terrible. Oh, well, Star Wars has always been shit. It's that level of cope that the people use. Well, the AI's always been crap. Well, it's always been this. Does that excuse right now? Does that excuse today? No, it's not an excuse. It's not an excuse. We video games in the past used to be 8-bit, 16-bit, 32-bit. Things advance, things change. Now we've got these great photo. I better do this guy because he's dropped a couple of €50 super chats. So like, hold on. He's asking me something, and I actually don't know what the fuck he's going on about. But let's have a look. Elevation Blue with a €50 there, and then Elevation Blue with a €50 here. Says, why don't you debate #Fighting Cowboy livestream? I have no idea who Fighting Cowboy is. For a start, okay? So I have no clue who Fighting Cowboy is. And number two, why do I need to debate somebody about my opinion on something? Why have we got to a position where people like, I have a different opinion to you, ergo we must fucking debate? Why? Based off what? What am I even debating about? I think this is an objectively bad game. I think this is to say it would be mid would actually be a compliment. I think this is a sub 5 out of 10 game. I've come across multiple bugs. I've come across garbage AI. The characters aren't engaging. The story's just basic as shit. My dad's dead. That's the story. So I don't know who Fighting Cowboy is. I don't care who this guy is. If he thinks this is the greatest game of all time, good on you, fella. Have fun. Don't know who they are. Never heard of them. Sorry. So yeah, we're allowed. Are we not allowed to have our opinions? I'm not. My channel is about video games and pop culture. The debate me bras can go and do their own content, playing with themselves, I guess, but whatever. So there. Yeah, I hope that answers your question, dude. And thank you very much indeed for €250 super chats, because they're big fat super chats. So thank you. But yeah, I don't know why we got to a position where because is his opinion going to change? No. Is my opinion going to change? No. So what's it going to do? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So there you go. So I hope that answered your question. That's exactly what all these debates online are about. Are you going to change your opinion based on what I said? No. No. So there you go. I hope they have a great time, though. Right, so let's get back to the article. At the recent XDS24 Fireside keynote, Assassin's Creed series director Mark Alexis Cote disclosed that half of the team working on Assassin's Creed Shadows has never worked in development before. Never worked in development before. Mark Alexis Cote said, so it's not just that their first game, they've never even worked in development. So it's not like their first big game, just never worked in development. One of the things that I've noticed since the pandemic is that we have a lot of juniors in our team. Probably half of the team that's building Assassin's Creed is building a game for the first time. Update, added bold context for adjusted in the wording of Kotick. Here we go. So this is adjusted. So let's have a look at this. Half the team that's building Assassin's Creed is building a game for the very first time. So they don't know. That's even worse. That's even worse. So you have to explain to them that even though they're playing the game right now and they think it's the worst thing they've ever seen, it's going to be good, okay? We're going to get there and explain that I've been there as a leader. Which makes it even worse. So you've got half of your people never developed a video game before in their lives. They're saying that we think this is shit. We don't think that what we're doing is very good. And then this guy's just saying, yeah, but it is. Trust me, bro, it is. It's going to be, I know what I'm doing. It's going to be great. Well, it's clearly not now, is it? It's clearly not. I've got a lot of gameplay already so far that's even from an objective standpoint. Never mind all the controversy around Yasuke. Never mind all the stuff about all the fucking gay relationship. Never mind all of that stuff, which has got a lot of people wound up. In some cases, rightfully so, because, you know, should Yasuke be the main character? Absolutely not. Why is Yasuke the main character? Because, of course, we are dealing in a current dayism where Ubisoft wanted to project. They wanted to project their ESG, their DIE. They wanted to take the only probable black man in Japan at that time and make him something that he wasn't. So has there been a lot of warranted criticism around Yasuke? Yeah. Does that mean that there's people should be racist towards the stuff? No. There's warranted. When there's warranted criticism, yeah, Yasuke that had kids has his relationships in the game, 66%. He has 3 relationships. He can have 3 relationships in the game. He can either bum 2 dudes, or he can fuck Nobunaga's sister, and therefore inject himself into the timeline, into the history of Japan. So there's a lot of kind of like insidious revisionist history going on with Ubisoft. And remember that they did try and pass this off as actual history, and then when they got outed as this being bullshit, then they came out and started to say, well, our games are never actually historically accurate. And they try to, when you've got people talking out of both sides of the mouth, then they ain't worth shit. They ain't worth shit. They're clearly full of fucking bullshit. So yeah, there's warranted criticism. When there's warranted criticism, you don't have to do any silly Billy racist stuff, because there's warranted criticism about why he shouldn't be the main character. And I think a lot of time now in the West, particularly, they like to have this anti-marketing. They like to have this hatred against the actual core audience, because they think that engagement online is going to translate into sales, and it doesn't. Engagement online doesn't necessarily engage. Engagement online doesn't translate necessarily into sales at all. The old saying of all publicity is good publicity is no longer the case. Once upon a time, pre-internet, probably because you only have a very specific that's good. Elevation Blue, dude, I answered your question. Dude. So I don't need to address it anymore. I answered your question, man, dude. I answered it. So yeah, once upon a time, pre-internet, that might have been true, because when there's very little information floating around about somebody, whenever some information starts floating out, then people are like, oh, so whether or not Robert Downey Jr. has been a bad boy or whatever it may be, then it might pique people's interest because they don't get to hear a lot of stuff about people. So when they don't hear a lot about people and suddenly they're hearing, oh, this bad boy this, or this naughty that, or this guy's had 16 affairs, or so-and-so is actually this or that or the other, and then they've got a movie coming out, then yeah, that could drive people to go see the movie. But the internet has exposed actors for who they are, which are fucking retarded idiots for the most part. There's some good ones, don't get me wrong. There always is. There's a lot of fucking retard. You know, it's exposed them for being either just as retarded as the rest of us or even worse. And so the mystique has gone. This mystique around the superstar has gone. It doesn't exist anymore. And so all publicity is good publicity no longer works in a current day climate. And to be quite honest with you, I think it's quite the opposite. Negative publicity is now, I think, keeping people away from whatever they're promoting. I see people posting Rachel Zegler as an example, and that's a perfect example. Rachel Zegler has come out and said so much dumb fucking shit that people don't even want to go anywhere near that Snow White film. And what's happening with that Snow White film? Boom. It's fucking doing diabolically. It did a terrible preview night, 3.5 million. It did 16 million on the Friday, and the Friday, of course, incorporates the 3.5 million from the preview day. So that Friday actually ended up doing 13 million or whatever it was, 12.5, 13 million. So it looks like that Snow White film is on a highway to fucking nowhere. And one of the big reasons, it's not Gal Gadot. I think people, for the most part, have a favorable opinion of Gal Gadot. No, it's Rachel Zegler. It's Rachel Zegler and the whole charade, this whole fucking pantomime that surrounded the show, the film, with the dwarves and the not hiring dwarves to do it, and then the 7 Seattle baristas when we got to see what they wanted to call, was it Snow White and the Magical Creatures? Is what they wanted to call it. And it was just like this diverse group of fucking weirdos that looked like they'd just come out of a fucking crack den in Seattle. So, yeah, all publicity is good publicity is not something which helps today anymore. Because there's too much information online, and there's too many people tuned in online, and there's too much about these film stars, these superstars, whatever you want to call them, that people know, and they don't care. Because I hate to say this, but the internet has turned it on its head. The everyone on the internet, not everyone, but okay, this is the royal everyone. Everyone on the internet wants to be the main character of their own story now. And once upon a time, that wasn't the case. So when you go online and you've got your social medias, you've got people who are nobodies. I'm a nobody, just in case you thought I was elevated. I'm a nobody. But you got people that are nobodies that are posting stuff, and they're getting likes and retweets, and they're using that to inflate their own ego, their own self-esteem, to get their own dopamine hits. So they're becoming the heroes of their own story. They don't need a movie star anymore. They don't need that because they are now the main character. And they're the ones who are trying to get that attention. They're the ones that are trying to get that dopamine. And so all of this anti-marketing that is surrounded not just this game, but so many different games, so many different TV shows, so many different movies. This anti-marketing no longer works. This anti-marketing is actually doing what anti-marketing should do, which is drive away customers. Doctor Who is dead. Star Wars is dead. Star Trek is dead. Dungeons and Dragons is dead. Comics are dead. Movies are dead. Hollywood's fucking dead. Because persistent anti-marketing has driven the customers away. Oh, if you don't like this, you are a X, Y, or Z. Well, I'm not. Why can't I criticize this person? Why can't I criticize this woman? Why can't I criticize this story? Just because they are a certain color or a certain religion or a certain ethnicity or a sexuality, that suddenly makes them above criticism? And when valid criticism comes in, you yourselves then just try and turn it into a racist thing, a sexist thing, a bigoted thing, because you can't actually answer the criticisms of the show. So they are the perpetrators of their own downfall. Nobody's to blame for the fall of video games and TV and movies in the West. Nobody is to blame more than the people that are actually constructing them. And there is enough great video games out there. There's enough great TV. There's enough great movies. There are enough great board games, tabletop games, whatever you want to call them. There's enough great entertainment out there right now that we don't need any new shit. So there isn't there isn't the need for us to say, oh, I have to have the next thing, otherwise I'm going to implode. No, we don't need that. You can go off and read a great book right now. You could go off and read a great comic right now. You could go off and watch a great TV show, a great movie, play a great video game right fucking now. And you can continue to do that until the day that you die. There is so much of it out there that you never need to have the new thing from Hollywood, the new video game from EA, the new comic from DC or Marvel. You don't even need those anymore. That's why you have this constant diminishing return in interest. Because you have taken what was once great entertainment for the masses, and then you decided to pander to the niche and the ideological niche as well, FYI. And then think that you could bring the masses and drag them into the tiny percentage niche. And when the masses didn't, because they said, that's not what I'm about, then you started to call them X, Y, Z, homophobic, racist, bigoted, blah, blah, blah. You won't fit into our tiny little niche. It's not for me. I don't have any interest in that. Or I disagree with that. And that's just the thing. Disagreement is oh my God, how dare you disagree? Get into our fucking bubble now. You must be one thing. No, do you know what? There's nothing wrong with a bit of discrimination. I know discrimination is a dirty word, but there's nothing wrong in discrimination. We all have preferences. And preferences are nuanced because it's not just I'm a straight guy, believe it or not. No, it's crazy, right? I like women, right? So does that mean every woman under the sun is now my target? No. Because even in that group of women, I then have my preferences, and it gets boiled down and boiled down to the point where it gets to, what is your ideal woman? Well, it's clearly Chat's mum. But who is your ideal woman? And we reel off what our preference is. My ideal woman would be this height, this weight, this skin color, this eye color, this breast size, this ass size. Because we break it down into our preference. I remember Eddie Murphy being interviewed once. And the guy asked him, he said to Eddie Murphy, what's your preference on women? And Eddie Murphy said, I don't want to upset any white women out there, but I prefer black women. Is Eddie Murphy a fucking racist now because he prefers black women to white women? No, it's a preference. It's his preference. We don't have to like everything. There's no fucking law which says we have to like everything. And even if there was a law that was passed, he might like trans hookers. But, there's no law that says we have to like everything. And if a law was passed that says you have to like everything, guess what? People ain't gonna like everything. There'll be a group of people that will pretend to like everything because they want to adhere to the law. But that's not going to change anything up in here. They will still have their same preferences, their likes, dislikes. How did we get here? Carly, I don't know, actually. I don't know how we got into this tangent. Oh, yeah, we got onto this tangent because of this saying that anti-marketing. Anti-marketing. That's how you get people to pay attention to your product. Anti-marketing. Get them mad. Get them talking online. Get engagement. That engagement will turn into sales. How many did we sell? We didn't. Because the anti-marketing doesn't fucking work. The anti-marketing drives customers away. But that's where we are. But this is an insane. This here is just an insane statement. It's a frightening statement. I'll read it again. Half the team that's building Assassin's Creed is building a game for the very first time, so they don't know. So you have to explain to them that even though they're playing the game right now and they think it's the worst thing they've ever seen, it's going to be good, okay? We're going to get there and explain that I've been there as a leader. Well, that doesn't say a lot about your capacity to lead, Alex. Because from what I've seen of the game so far, with its bugs and its boredom and its terrible AI, it's not a good game. Now, you can buy all the shield media off that you want, the access media. Nobody is inverted commas, the royal nobody. Nobody's actually paying attention to that. This is the same shield media that had to bestow so many awards onto The Last of Us Part 2, over 300 and something Game of the Year awards to try and compensate for the fact that ultimately it was a flop in terms of what they wanted to do with the Last of Us series. Because it was. Because Neil Cuckman thought that he was so much of a genius. He thought he was so clever that he could make Abby kill Joel at the beginning of the game, have you play Ellie in an effort to get revenge, and then switch so you get to play Abby for 12 odd hours. And in those 12 hours, Abby would win you over and you'd be like, oh my God, at the beginning of the game, I hated her. But Cuckers, you've just created the greatest character ever. And now I love her. No, she was a fucking dick. A dumb, fucking awful character that the vast majority of people fucking hated. Now that is hubris. That is believing your own hype. And I guess it really showed that Amy Hennig truly was the brains in the writing at Naughty Dog. And I'm gutted that we'll never get that Amy Hennig Star Wars game, because that was looking interesting. I think the first Last of Us game was great. I'll never play it again. Well, I mean, if somebody knocks at the door, says, here's £10,000, go upstairs, start playing The Last of Us Part 1, I'll be like, okay, fucking hell, don't have to tell me twice. But just as a what's happened to the franchise, there's no reason for me to ever go back and play The Last of Us Part 1 again. None. Which is a shame, because I absolutely adored that game. I loved that game. It was a great story about family. That's what it was. It was a great story about family. I don't want to sound all bloody fast and furious on you here, but it was a great father/daughter story. It's about family. So yeah, when your lead is saying that half of the people that are here are doing it for the very first time, and they think that what they're doing is shit, maybe believe them. Maybe believe them, because I don't think it's translated onto the finished product at all. I don't think it's done that. Dragon Age: The Veilguard was a game that was made with just all the wrong intentions. This is a game which appears to be made just incompetently. There is a difference between the two. Not just incompetently, but again, they try to establish certain things with bad intentions as well. With the whole Yasuke business, the whole refusal to listen to Japan. I wonder how it's selling in Japan. I mean, we don't know, because we don't even know how it's selling here, because they won't give us numbers. They're just saying that 2 million people are playing the game. They're not playing on Steam, because there's only 65,000 people playing on Steam. So are the other 1.94 million people, are they just playing on console or on the Ubisoft platform? Yeah, I'm pressing X to doubt. I don't think it's on Game Pass. So we can't even bring Game Pass into it, because I don't think it's on it. From what I've heard. So yeah. So how many of these 2 million actually have bought it so far? Yeah, it's on Ubisoft Plus. If you are a subscriber to Ubisoft Plus, then you can buy it for like $20 or something. I have discussed about the path of least resistance when it comes to your games. Are people just going to go to Ubisoft Plus to subscribe to Ubisoft Plus to buy it at $20 to play the game? I think that's just too knacky for too many people. I can't see how Game Pass is profitable for publishers. I just can't see it. I cannot see it. I cannot see it at all. Amazon Japan, PlayStation 5, Assassin's Creed has 1,000 plus sales in the last month. Great success. Yeah, that 1,000 PS5 will save the game. So yeah, here's the I just refreshed the screen. This is the current player count on Steam. 65,000. It should go a little bit higher, but I don't think it's going to go up massively. You know, I don't think it's going to go suddenly into 500,000. So just exactly how many sales the game has done. Sales. Who knows? Who knows? Now, games development takes a lot of years, for sure. It takes a lot of years. And there was a rumor. There was a rumor. It was bullshit. Somebody made it up. It was clear that somebody made it up because there was the rumor going, "Oh, Ubisoft are trying to get rid of Yasuke from the game." No, they would never remove Yasuke from the game. Never. That was always just a silly bullshit rumor. I called it out then. I called it out now. Because game development is just too far gone. And it takes so long to make a video game now. 6 odd years to make a AAA video game. 6 odd years. There just isn't the ability to pivot. And this is what we're also seeing with movies. They just don't have the ability to pivot. Because a lot of the movies are filmed, 2 years ago, 18 months ago. Now we're seeing them do constant reshoots and stuff like that. But it's too much. As we've seen from Captain Falcon. That was a fucking disaster. Absolute disaster. They did reshoot after reshoot on that. Cobbled together something. It was garbage. And it failed. And it failed at the box office. It's barely at 400 million. It's going to perform worse than Ant-Man and the Wasp, which was a failure for Marvel. And that's Ant-Man, for fuck's sake. This is going by the brand of Captain America. I say going by the brand because it's clearly not Captain America, because that's Steve Rogers. But the brand of Captain America, and it's gonna do around about 400 million when it finishes its box office run. It's a mitigated failure. Somebody said Ironheart in the chat. Ironheart is coming out in a couple of months' time. That was finished 2.5 years ago. And they don't want to put it out. They did not want to put it out, and now they're just having to dump it for content. Dump it for content. But they know that's going to be a disaster, and they know nobody's going to watch that. I'm going to be interested to see if they just dump the whole show on one day, like they did with Echo. Because if they try and put this out week by week, holy shit. Holy shit. What a waste of fucking time that's going to be. What a waste of fucking time that's going to be. But that's the thing with stuff like Ironheart. It's made simply to placate the ideologues. Look at her, stunning and brave. You don't need white man Tony. You've now got little black girl, and she's better than Tony because we said that she's better. Let's live in a world of tell, don't show. She's got no personality, no charisma, no actual backstory, no reason to care. And if you don't like her, you're racist. Because her skin color puts plausible deniability in everything. Her skin color allows us to hide behind it like a shield because we are weak, pathetic people. Because if we were to actually hold our show up on the basis of merit, it wouldn't hold up at all. And if it doesn't hold up, then that means that we are the people that failed and we want to keep our jobs. So we will use ideology as a shield in an effort to protect our own asses all day, every day. This is a Hollywood way. Holy shit. Look at this. Assassin's Creed is a joke is the title. You're a joke. Fucking hell, dude. Fucking hell. You should be a writer with a comeback like that. You should be a writer. You should call Disney up right now. Hey, Disney, I think I'm a writer. I got a fucking garbage tumbler fucking anime picture. I probably have a hard drive full of furry porn. And I got him. Holy fuck, dude. I wish I had your wit. Fucking hell. You're a joke. You're a joke. I'll tell you what, when I'm wiping my fucking dick on your mum's curtains tonight, I'm going to tell her about you. She's not going to be happy. She's going to be very disappointed. So yeah, Assassin's Creed, not so good. Chat, not so good. Not doing so well. Stock price tumbling. Ubisoft using very interesting verbiage. Not giving any sales away, though. Not giving any sales away, though. I'm keeping my eye on Snow White, by the way, just to see what the box office is. But remember, don't bring any of this to light. You know, just don't bring any of this to light. Just don't talk about the stuff which is shit. Hope you'll be okay, as oh, dude, it's gonna take me a long time to recover from that. Fucking hell, got him. You know, got him. Off topic, did I see lolcow yesterday? I saw a detractor video on it. It's all fake, in it. It's all fake. Lolcow live. It's all staged fucking shit. So I don't give two shits about that stuff. It was funny to watch. Oh bollocks. But it was funny to watch. It's WWE, but it's fun. Yeah, I mean, it was silly to watch. I mean, when Wings pancaked his fucking wife on the table, I was like, oh, bet that her head just went fucking bang on the table, dude. Maybe I think Wings is clearly a method actor. Wings is definitely a method actor if that's where he was going with that. Reed, yeah, hold on. Let's just have a quick butchery gander. Let's just have a quick butchery gander at this, and then we'll get into soups. Douche. So this is Snow Brown, by the way. This is Snow Brown. From what I'm hearing, I ain't gonna watch this fucking shit. From what I'm hearing, the reason why she's called Snow White is because she was either born or it's something to do with a snowstorm. Something to do with a snowstorm. So that's how they're bringing the snow part of the Snow White into it. Maketh sense? No. No. So it did 3.5 million on preview night and 16 million on the Friday, which means it did 12.5 million on the Friday because the Friday incorporates the preview night numbers into it. That's the grand total. That's why it says gross total there and not 19.5. Just explaining how the box office works, folks. I know you guys pretty much get it. There's a lot of people out there who don't understand how on earth the box office goes. There are some people out there that think Disney just made $16 million. And I'm not even joking. I'm not even fucking joking either. There are some certain mainstream media sites out there now that think that is exactly the amount of money that Disney have just made. They have no fucking clue how the box office actually works. But yeah, not looking good. Not looking good. Now, this is a movie, again, that's around about 200+ million budget. That's $250 million budget. $250 million. So this has to hit around about 650 to break even. About 650 to break even. Oof, don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. Right. Let's get on to some supery duperies. So we did the two-tied one. Calioth with the $2 said, need prayers for Looney Tunes. Warner is selling it. I mean, it's gone. I mean, again, but the thing that I was just saying before, there is so much fun Looney Tunes out there that you never need to have any new Looney Tunes. So whoever buys it, whatever they do with it, whether or not they Velma it, it doesn't matter because there's still so much fun Looney Tunes out there. You can just watch them. You can just watch them. The Raven and the Writing Desk has been a member for 19 months. Thank you, Raven. Appreciate you. Kev NC 1701D, the Enterprise D #1, has been a member for 16 months. Epic Reader with a membership for 12 months says, watched OG Snow White on Platinum DVD last night. Animated. Amazing. Buy physical media. Yes. Buy physical media. The digital media. Yeah, I play a lot of video games on digital just through ease in terms of streaming and stuff like that. But if there's something that I like, I will buy it on physical so they can't fuck with it. And I know some video games now have things built in that you need to be connected online to play. But that's the whole reason, because they want to control everything. And not just to do with piracy. This has also got to deal with content as well. But of course, there are some great video games from years gone by that don't require any of that whatsoever. Whether it's PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4, Xbox 360, doesn't matter. GameCube, doesn't matter. They don't need it. Buy physical media. Same with DVDs on movies. TV shows, get the DVDs. Don't require it. Have an online connection. So you can watch it at your uncensored leisure. Dio Brando with a £5 says, Sideshow often offers 20% off deals. I have nearly £40 in Sideshow rewards. However, shipping is nearly £40 and then pay 20% import tax. Pointless? No, I mean, it helps. Every time you do a purchase from Sideshow, they'll give you a code. So if you get a 1 in 6, you'll get a code that will give you $20 off or whatever. So yeah, I mean, that's gonna take care of some of the postage. So it just chips away and helps. And then the development of the Sideshow rewards means that you get to the point where you can put your Sideshow rewards in, you can put a code in, you can get a hefty discount on something that you're looking for. So yeah, it's not pointless at all. Not pointless at all. Perry B with a $2 says, yesterday Witcher 3 was on sale for $10. Lucky me, pick it up. It's just 2 months. Well, a month and a half, technically. But May 2015 was when The Witcher 3 came out. 10 years ago. And you look at the state of the Western gaming industry today. The state of it today, and you look at The Witcher 3 from 10 fucking years ago. What happened? What happened? I tell you one thing I do envy, Perry, is getting to play it for the first time again. Oh, if we had the ability, I mean, it would be a bit scary. If we had the ability to wipe our minds of a video game so that we could play it for the very first time again, holy shit. Holy shit. Just imagine going through those experiences again. That'd be crazy in a great way. Packold Scholar with a $20 says, after months of moving back to the US, we need you to make it here for a con. At some point, absolutely. At some point, absolutely. Absoluters. Any hopes for The Witcher 4? I mean, I've said my piece about The Witcher 4 from what we've seen so far. CD Projekt Red is saying, you know, they're saying all the dog shit things that you don't want to hear. I didn't think that the trailer was great in terms of the story that it was trying to tell. You know, there's a lot of things which to be questioned. Why, you know, Ciri shouldn't be a Witcher. Why couldn't Ciri just be Ciri? Why couldn't we have her with the abilities that she had, the girl of time and space and all that? Are people gonna care more? You know, saying that the story is going to be told from a woman, so like a woman's. What did I mean? I'm paraphrasing what they said slightly, but we're going to see what it's like from the position of a woman in this type of world, which you don't, you know, that's not the kind of rhetoric that you want to hear coming out of it. Well, I mean, she's a Witcher. She is a Witcher in The Witcher 4. So how she went through the trials, don't know. I guess we'll find out. But when you're saying stuff like that, in terms of, oh, we're going to see what it's like for a woman to exist in a world like this, it's just like, oh, shut your fucking pie hole. Shut your pie hole. I'm more interested to see how the Witcher remake's going to turn out than The Witcher 4. That's what I'm more interested in, because that's being made by Rebel Wolves and not CD Projekt Red. And Rebel Wolves are made up of former CD Projekt Red developers that actually made the original Witcher games. But it's just a matter of how much interference CD Projekt Red are going to have with the development cycle in terms of the story. Now, they said they're modernizing it. Now, that can be, obviously, they're going to modernize it in terms of gameplay and stuff like that. And they are going to remove those sex cards that you got from when you fucked. But what does that mean? Does that mean that they're actually going to get rid of the cards? And instead of the cards, you're going to have an actual sex scene with that person? Or are they going to remove it immediately? Or are they just going to remove all of that? Because unless it's yes gay, it ain't all the way and all that. Have a nobody, the hate monger with the $2 is the only thing that is a return to form is piracy. I clearly have no idea what we're talking about. Callie Arthur with the $2 says, I can imagine it's in UB Pass 2 million players. Yeah, but you still got to purchase it from the UB Pass, though. So yeah, you are a subscriber on UB Pass. Then you spend only $20 buying the game. So you're purchasing it at a reduced rate, but that's still a sale. That's still a sale because you've made a purchase. So the fact that they want to say 2 million players and not 2 million sales clearly indicates that there are not 2 million sales. So where does it actually sit? Gorbs with the £10 says the funniest thing is that Ash Shadows has not beaten the all-time peak of Veilguard on Steam. No, not yet, which is, again, pretty fucking insane. And it's still at 65,000. It hasn't changed from 65,000. It should go to its peak number in about 3 to 4 hours from now. That's when the peak number should hit. The international box office is in for the weekend. The international, not the domestic. The international box office is in for Snow White. And the international box office... Oh, no. Wait. No. The domestic is in. And it's abysmal. It's abysmal. Let's have a look. It is 43 million. It did 15.5 on the Saturday. It's a projected 11.5 today. 4,200 theaters. That is a shitload of theaters, folks. 43 on its first weekend. Ouch. That is an abysmal, absolutely abysmal start. Now it's saying here that the internationals 44. So worldwide, it's around 88. So worldwide, it's about 88 million for the opening weekend. Not good. Not good. Sorry. Not good. Oh, well. Oh, well. Oh, well. Remember, folks, he's only got to hit about 650 million to break even. That's all. And that's the biggest weekend that it's going to have. So it's looking like it's going to probably do around 400. It looks like it's going to do somewhere in the region of about 400. That's what I'll predict based off that opening weekend. It could be lower, but I'm going to predict about 400. Around there. Darth Gavel with a $2 says something is, inverted commas, fraud. Well, parentheses, fraud. In the state of Denmark. Okay. To be stayed awake with the $2 says, I've arrived for the tea, good sir. Remain blessed. You too, to Beast. You look after yourself, buddy, my Hawaiian brother. Calioth with a $5 says, Steam is widely known to have game program key code fraud during sales. Ubisoft is on sale. Believable fraud is in action. Okay. So the pair of so both Darth Gavel and who knows? Who knows? FTR Game Studio has been a member for 4 months. Thank you. Tanaru with a $5 says, who knew the entertainment and gaming businesses would give up making money for manipulation and control over their audience, thus scaring away profit? I know, crazy, right? Crazy. Insane, eh? Yeah. And it just doesn't work. That's just the thing. It just doesn't work. Well, you know, I had my big rant about anti-marketing. It just doesn't work. There's no FOMO anymore. FOMO's dead. Particularly in the digital age, FOMO's dead. How can you miss out? How can you miss out on something which is digital? You need to get this game right fucking now before it's gone. Why? What do you mean before it's gone? It's digital. It's never going. So FOMO is a thing of the past. You can't really market on FOMO. FOMO, the fear of missing out. FOMO, fear of missing out. FOMO. Yeah, it's gone from FOMO to FARFO. Fuck around, find out. You're actually, Zen, you're right. You're 100% right. It's gone from the fear of missing out to the fuck around and find out. And believe me, they find out. Valhalla's peak was only 15K, so they've never done great numbers on Steam. Well, Valhalla, what year did Valhalla come out, though? Because Steam has exploded. Assassin's Creed. Was it 2019? 2020. So that's 5 years ago. There's been a lot of change in 5 years in terms of digital sales. So I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. But again, 2 million players, not 2 million sales. And that isn't a spelling error. That's a very specific terminology. Calioth with a $5 says, will they address all the dumped copies of Shadows from delays that were sold in second/third world from rubbish or stolen? I don't know. Do I need to look into this? I think I need to look into this. When I here, let me bring up the tweet. Let me bring up this tweet here. No, actually, let me go to my posts. Douche. Let me go to my posts. Because this is a little bit more important. So if I go, yeah. So let me just share this. And let's come out this. Just hold on. Douche. Right, okay. So here it is. 2 million players. We're thrilled to celebrate this incredible milestone. Assassin's Creed Shadows has now surpassed the launches of Assassin's Creed Odyssey and Origins. Thank you for joining us this journey. So I reply with, how many bought it though? How many bought it though? And then Pirate Nation. This looks like a second-hand store. or if this is just a regular sales shop, they are kind of like stacking up them copies. But I think it looks like a second-hand store that's got these copies. Because you've got the Assassin's Creed Mirage next to it. But these are just fucking dumped on there. I mean, yeah, sure, it's one example, but that is a weird picture. That is a weird picture. How many of those 2 million are bundled for video cards? Exactly. There's going to be some, obviously not hundreds of thousands, but there's going to be some bundled in with stuff for sure. But that's an interesting picky there. That's all I'm saying. That's an interesting picky. Dark Knight Rider with a $5 says Ubi's use of players is like a politician when a politician brags about the number of jobs they save and not create in an attempt to pad their economic policy. Yeah, it's very specific verbiage. If it was a sale, they would say that's 2 million sales. It wasn't they're not 2 million sales. So just what are the sales? Just tell us. Just tell us. Tell us. Let us know. The Hidden Bee 23 with the $10 says, hey lads, keep up the good work. Get to watch you this weekend because I'm away with my wife for our 10-year anniversary. Happy anniversary. Love the gaming streams and videos. Hail the fellowship. You have a great time with the missus, mate. I mean, you are. You're watching me. So clearly you are having a great time. Mr. Pelzig with a $10 says, as carpet bombing the truth bombs. The truth upsets people. The truth upsets people. That's what it does. It upsets people. That's why you get people saying, well, why are you playing it? If you don't like it, why are you playing it? Well, I'm playing it because I want to see if I'm going to like it. When I'm playing it so I can make an informed choice. I want to play it so my audience can make an informed decision about whether or not they want to make a purchase. All they want you to do is be quiet. They don't want you to reveal this stuff. They don't want you to discuss this. They just want you to be quiet. They're the ones that just eat up the slop. The billion-dollar corporation must be protected from this one guy. Somebody think of the billion-dollar corporation. The billion-dollar corporation loves me and my streams. Paul Turner with a $5 says, all the reviews have been touting a return to form. Has Assassin's Creed ever deviated from form? Well, I actually discussed this in one of my videos, Paul, that I put out. Was it either a video or... I think it might have been on Ripping the Silverback, actually, with Eric. Where I was going, I showed all this return to form. I was like, when was it not in form? When did Assassin's Creed not get informed? Because then I went through the reviews of Mirage. And Mirage was saying, oh, this is a return back to basics. This is a return back to basics. Assassin's Creed Mirage is a return back to basics. This is how Assassin's Creed used to be. And then you go back and you read the reviews on Valhalla or Odyssey, and it's all praise. It's all kind of, for the vast majority of it, praise. So when was it not in form? Where have you lied? Did you lie with Mirage? Did you lie with Odyssey or Valhalla? Or are you lying now? Where have you lied that's made you say return to form? Where's the lie? Which part of this chain have you lied in that makes you put that? It's as if all mainstream are bullshit. Callion with the $2 says, I'm sorry, as I sold 200,000 shares settled Friday. If you've sold 200,000 shares and made a profit, I want more than $2 super chats, mate. Come on. Bobo Maximus with a $10. It's for old time's sake, as may we have a
Oh shit.
there you go, Bobo Maximus. Darth Gavel with a $2 says, look up Yasuke Simulator's sales and stocks. I'll look at, I don't know how much it sold. I'll look up Yasuke Simulator. Yasuke Simulator had a peak of 271 players. And there's 89 playing right now. You can buy it for what? $3.30, $3.40, something like that. But I might play it. I might get it and play it. Who knows? Maybe tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. But I might make a I might just get it for a little bit of a for a little bit of shits and giggles. Pyro Morpheus with a $5 says, if the PlayStation Network Profiles site is legit, there are 9,000 players on PS5 Assassin's Creed. Yasuke seems shoehorned in, almost like he doesn't belong there. Well, what am I? I'm 12 and a half hours into the game, and there's been 10 minutes of Yasuke. That's it. Just 10 minutes of Yasuke. By the way, this is eucalyptus. If you're wondering what the fuck I'm doing, this is eucalyptus to keep my sinuses nice and clear. I love the smell. I love the smell of eucalyptus as well. Am I weird? Does that make me weird? Is that my New Zealand ancestry coming through? I don't know. Who knows? John Gibson with a $20 says, I'm curious as to how bad / broken the game was for them to delay it a year for fixes, or did they just shelve it and hope the reception would be better? They delayed it for what, 3 months? Weird. It is weird. Okay, cool. Even better. Weird and gay. Even better. That's me. Yasuke made as gay. I think did they delay it for 3 months? They delayed it for 3 months, and Yves Guillemot, head of Ubisoft, said that delaying it for that time cost them 20 million euro. To delay it, 20 million euro. From September, isn't it? Oh, it's September. So September, October, November, December, January, February. Okay, so let's say 6-7 months. So about 6-7 months, that cost them 20 million euros. Yves Guillemot said. That's a lot of euros for a delay. That's a lot of euros right there. But as you've seen, I mean, hold on 2 seconds. But as you've seen from the bugs and whatnot, I mean, what condition was it like in 6 months? 6 months ago. Gorbs with a £5 says 2 million players sounds like the same to me as when Rangs of Power said they had millions of engagements. Yes. Same energy. Same energy. But like I said, unless you're saying sales, I mean, it might have sold okay, but it looks like they've gone immediately to the cope. So I just don't see it. I just don't see it. Kenny Justice with a $5 says, I can say that in my job, we only sold 4 in general, We sold more of the Xenos game than this. By the way, it was 8 copies. It's fun knowing this stuff. Was it the Xeno Saga or Xenogears, whichever it was? I'd like to pick that. I'm thinking about picking that up. Is that just on the Switch? Is that just on the Switch? I don't know. But that looks more interesting. Xenosaga, yeah. Yeah, it looks kind of interesting, kind of up my back alleyway. Then we had the Elevation Blues €50. Thank you. Again, I went through those. TJ Krink with a $5 says, I only buy slop games when the premium edition with all the DLC is on sale for at least 50% off. I didn't get Mirage until recently. Got Outlaw for $60. Yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with waiting. There's nothing wrong with waiting for a game to go down if you're curious to pick it up. You know, there isn't any law that says you need to pick up a game on day one. There's no law. As we've gone through, the FOMO is a thing of the past, yeah. I don't think there's any story to be ruined with games like this, because the stories appear to be very basic stories. Naue, me dad died. Yasuke, I'm gonna bang a they them dude. You know, so it the very basic story. So it's not as if FOMO is gonna spoil anything. Spoiler alert: person's dad died for motivation. Right at the beginning of the game. Okay. Standard stuff then. Gotcha. And thus I am with a $5. Has been saying this for years. I miss when studios risk bankruptcy to make games they had to put in an effort. Now, just bloated studios and budgets. Well, we if you didn't see, was it not last week, the week before? Afternoon tea. The thumbnail for the episode is the development team for Assassin's Creed Shadows. It's a huge development team. You got to play Where's Waldo to find a black guy in it. But there you go. I guess all that virtue signaling's not quite paying off at Ubisoft. Oh no, we do our virtue signaling in the game. We don't actually hire. But it looked like a lot of bloat. Looked like a lot of bloat there for what they were creating. I mean, it is nice. The environments are nice. Yeah, the end credits are like 2.5 hours long? The end credits? Like, what the fuck? 2.5 hours for the end credits? What the fuck? You can have the biggest budget in the world. You can have the most people developing the game. Programmers, developers, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't make the game good. We saw your name listed as. Yasuke's gay lover as heel versus babyface. Voice acted. Got him. Got him. Yeah, you can have all the money in the world. You could have the biggest development team, unless you've got a very clear, like, you know, I don't know what your guys' opinion is on Hideo Kojima. I think Hideo Kojima is the only way I can describe him is a mental genius. You know, just a mental genius, that guy. And I would be I'm more interested in seeing what Hideo Kojima's mind creates than any of this slop. And I actually rather like Death Stranding. I need to finish it. I never finished it, but from what I played, because I think we moved on to another game. But what I was playing of Death Stranding, I actually enjoyed it. I was enjoying what I was doing. And I'd be more inclined to pick up anything somebody like a creative lunatic genius like Hideo Kojima could create than this fucking churned out conveyor belt sludge. Steve Devil with a $10 says, this is my opinion, but before 2010, the bar of standards for games were high, and over the years, the bar got lower and lower. And yet today, we find companies like Ubisoft limboing the fuck over. Well, once upon a time, video games was about creating video games. And then the video game studios wanted to make more money from post-sales. And so things like DLC was added to a game. And the thing about the DLC, let's talk about the horse armor, for instance. The horse armor from the Elder Scrolls. Why did we buy the horse armor in such huge numbers? Why did we purchase the retarded horse from World of Warcraft in such huge numbers? Was because gamers are good people. That's why. Gamers are like, oh, if we purchase this horse armor, this retarded horse, then that would mean that Bethesda have more money to make great games. So by buying this, we're helping Bethesda get more money, which means they're going to take that money and go, great, we're going to invest this money into the next game to make it even better for you. And that was the kind of mentality that people had. If we buy this retarded horse from Blizzard, then that could make us have great World of Warcraft expansions in the future. And then when developers and studios and the suits saw that these things sold really, really well, then they're just like, oh, well, we need to make more of these. We need to come up with more DLC, more add-ons. We need to add loot boxes. We need to add season passes. We need to cut things out of the game and sell it back to them as and they got greedier and greedier and greedier. And there was some people, some game developers that I spoke to many years ago. And they said to me, once upon a time, when we developed a video game, we would go into the office, we'd all sit down, and we would brain fart about what this game was going to be and how we were going to develop it. And he said, and they were so exciting. These meetings were so exciting. He said people were coming up with ideas, and they would take something and run with it, and somebody else would grab what somebody else said and said, yeah, and if we do this. And he said it was such a creative and great process. He said, nowadays, I go into a boardroom when we're talking about a new game. I sit down, and the first thing that the guy at the head of the table says is, how can we make more money? How do we make more money? He said, and every time I sit down and I hear that, my heart just fucking sinks. He said, and all the creative kind of side of it's just gone. And it all becomes, where can we make money? Where can we make money? Because that is now the driving force. It's not about making a great game to sell, making a profit, moving on to the next. No, it's about how can we just squeeze the last fucking drop of blood from this franchise. And it works for a while. And it did work for a while. But now I think one of the reasons that the Western gaming industry is falling flat is not just because of the ideology, and that is a contributing factor, but people have been bled dry for so much that the predatory monetization schemes attached to everything. Fucking hell, Assassin's Creed, have you seen the shop? It's a single player fucking game. Have you seen the shop and the season fucking pass on a single player? Fuck your mouth. All stuff, all armors, cool looking armors. All that's been taken from the game to sell back to people. It's already made. It's already fucking made. Day one, sell it back to people. Fuck off. Fuck yourself in the mouth. That's where it is. And people are just getting more and more tired of that. And is the game itself great, amazing? This game is so fucking amazing. Okay, I can forgive that. No, it's not. They're not. The conveyor belt slop. That's what they are. Just conveyor belt, most of the time, annual franchise slop. And they'll have people which will churn money and money and money into it. And that makes them just keep going and going and going. And it's a sad state of affairs. I bought Stellar Blade. Was there any DLC that had to buy with that? No. Wukong, was there any DLC? No. There's another one coming out. There's another type of sort of sim like that coming out. I've been following them. Been kind of interested. Wu Chang, Fallen Feathers. Wu Chang, Fallen Feathers. This looks pretty interesting from the gameplay that they've put out. So a little Luxie here.
我们通过它把游戏类的战斗连招和 RPG build 衔接到了一起。游戏中一共有5个武器类型，而游戏中的25把武器则分属于这5个武器类型。每把武器都有自己独特的使用虚语和连招的方式。玩家可以装备主副武器，而
That looks cool. Kind of looks like interesting gameplay here. Look at this. The females actually look like females. Crazy, hey? Look, fucking hell. Actually look like females. This is nuts. This is nuts stuff. The other day they followed me on social media. I was like, okay. Maybe they're just like, yeah, we're looking, maybe we're just looking for gamers that are interested in fucking games, Not in what sexual proclivity this fucking squirrel has in this Western game. Butter framed in gold has been the $2 says got to church later as and everyone else. You take care. Have a great time at church. Boobies. Probably not the best time for a booby Burt, but it is what it is. Krog with a 20 Swedish says just joined the stream. Did you get the email of list? The email of list? The email of list? What did that mean? Are you talking about the Assassin's Creed controversy? If you're talking about the Assassin's Creed controversies, I don't think I got an email from you, no. I don't think I got an email. I can't remember one coming through. I'm just looking now at my my thing. Let me have a look. They can fucking go. March 20th. No, I'm not seeing anything. I'm not seeing anything. Sorry. Komatsu Prime with a £2 says you can't hate the lamestream media slags enough. It's not hate. It's just these aren't serious people. They're not anyone that you can take seriously at all. Elevation Blue, I don't care. I don't know who this person is. I don't care. You might find it interesting. I have no interest. My channel isn't built around talking to somebody who has a different point of view and nobody fucking giving a shit about other people's opinions. My opinion ain't changing. I likelihood his isn't. I have no idea who the fuck they are. I don't care. Stuff like that bores the shit out of me. As I said earlier, why are we not allowed to have our own opinions anymore? Why do we have to, why does people want to go, oh, I want to fucking bait you, bro, because you said that this is poop and I think it's good. I don't give a fuck. It ain't going to fucking change shit. It's just a fucking fanny fight me, bro syndrome. No one cares. I don't give a fuck, man. I'll give no shit. Yeah, hate's too strong a word. Komatsu, it's too strong a word. Because that means you have feelings towards them. I have no feelings towards them. They're just fucking useless. They're tools. They're literally tools to be utilized by corporation. That's it. Take your 610 with a $5 says Yellow Flash showed a cutscene where one of the characters had been decapitated and they were still participating in the cutscene as normal. Well, I showed you the bit where he cuts the guy's head off and the guy just gets up and keeps on going. Yeah, I don't give a shiitake. That's what I almost called the stream, by the way. That's legit. I almost called the stream Assassin's Creed Shadows is shiitake. But I just didn't want to risk YouTube going, oh, that's a little bit too close to the bone. Because you can't put the fuck. You can't put DAFAQ. If you put DAFAQ, YouTube will like, no. It's immediately demonetized. So I didn't want to give them an excuse. Komatsu Prime with another £2 says the hysterically inaccurate game of the year. Yes. That they initially tried to palm off as legitimate history. And then when they were rumbled, they said, well, we're never historically accurate. That's not what our games are about. Yeah, you can't put da fuck. Otherwise, it's an immediate demonetization. And it's so annoying. Luckily, I did a video and it got over 100K views. And then they demonetized it. So I was like, okay, I'm okay. I got away with that. But yeah, they don't like the fuck in titles or even in thumbnails. Yet, they're okay with WTF. WTF is fine, but da fuck, not so fine. Dawnbreaker with the $2 says, you're telling me you can't hide in foot-deep water? I mean, I did plenty. I was hiding in puddles and they were losing me yesterday. It was pretty funny. Yeah, we had some. I mean, one thing about Assassin's Creed Shadows that didn't happen in the Veilguard is the Veilguard drove me insane with how bad it was. I've been laughing with the Assassin's Creed Shadows though, because of the just the silly stuff which you can do to absolutely destroy the AI is. And it's not as if it's difficult stuff. It's very basic fucking stuff. Like hiding behind a stone in front of somebody and suddenly they're just like, where have they gone? I'm right in front of you. You can fucking see me. Where have they gone? Oh yeah, and when I things like also when I assassinate people and then 10, 15, 20 seconds after I've killed them, they go, oh! Remember those? How many times did that happen? 10, 20, 30? When I assassinate somebody and I sweep the leg and then I go, and then the guy goes, why am I down here? What? What do you mean, why am I down here? You've just been fucking stabbed in the neck and you're dead. Now that is just poor programming. Did you hear that, Ubisoft lawyers? That's just called poor programming. Tyron Draken, with a member for 18 months, says, I would prefer the best Assassin's Creed Shadows is called Tenchu Z. I think the first Tenchu game was the best Tenchu game. Tenchu Stealth I remember getting Tenchu Stealth Assassins back in the day. And Tenchu 2, which brought in the female player as well. So you could have a male Japanese or a female Japanese. But I guess feudal Japan just weren't diverse enough for Ubisoft. As Yasuke decides to go around and have sexual relations with a man that identifies as a they, them in feudal Japan. Remember, that was the craze in feudal Japan. Remember all those history books that refer to the they, thems? Yeah, that's where we are. There's the other Elevation Blue, 50 euro. Thank you again, Elevation Blue. A lot of money. 100 euro you sent, dude. Very grateful about that. It's a lot of money. A lot of cash dollar money. Dawnbreaker with a $5 says, if someone's played multiple Assassin's Creed games, I can tell you the AI wasn't the best, but it was much better than they did. But again, even if, right, let's just say the AI has been bad in the past. Does that excuse the current game being in that state? I would say absolutely not. Just by design, with the way that technology is developed, shouldn't the AI or shouldn't the programming be developing alongside that? You know, we're not ever going to get perfect AI. We're not going to get, we're never going to get that. Nor should we expect that. But it's just the way that they were responding to certain situations just doesn't make sense. And it does seem like lazy programming, just lazy programming. Oh, we're just going to have them on a little thing to do this, and then that'll be fine. That'll be enough. That'll be fine. And then we'll move on. That'll be fine. Just seems very lazy. Ace Comboy with a £2 says, is Ubisoft being sold to a more worthy owner yet? Well, no, because even if, right, let's just say that this game fails to the degree that Ubisoft need to be bought out, right? What are we hearing about a potential buyout? Yves Guillemot and is it Tencent or NetEase? It's either Tencent or NetEase. I think it's Tencent. But Yves Guillemot and Tencent are looking to take over to do a buyout potentially of Ubisoft. Well, Yves Guillemot is the current CEO, and he's one of the original creators of Ubisoft. So this is a guy who ultimately is responsible for all of this. For all of this, all of these games, all of these copy and paste fucking games that Ubisoft have done for the last 12 years. So where's it going to improve exactly? Where exactly is it? I'd care more, but I don't. Komatsu Prime with a £2 says, dev with 38 years of experience. Young devs are bad now. Well, first 50% of them, according to Alex, first ever game. First ever game. Paquet Albert Gabriel with a Canadian. Ubisoft Montreal get a lot of government subsidy from the federal and provincial government in the order of millions, if they train new developers. It was a great initiative in the 1990s. It also helped new studios opening, but now look what it's become. Has it? This is the question I'm posing. Has it just now become for diversity hires instead of merit-based hires? Is that what it's been devolved into? Like most subsidies seem to operate nowadays. The man, bro, dude, with a $10 says, "Oh my God, I'm slow. I've been sitting here for an hour, wondering to myself, when is he going to start playing?" Dude, you need a coffee, dude. I need to give you that $10 back for you to go get yourself a coffee. Here's the 10 for my laps. We'll get back to it tomorrow. I needed a break from it yesterday because it's not good. But I'll get back to it tomorrow. Ace Comboy with a £5 says, devs back then had passion to push the limits of their abilities / technology. Devs now are comfortable doing what they know. That's the issue of it. I don't know if that's the case, to be honest with you. I don't, because there's so few actual decision makers versus developers. You can have a team, right? There could be a lot of people in that Ubisoft team that have a huge, legitimate passion for making games. You really can. But they don't have any power over what happens in the game and how it's developed and And there is a lot of good. When Blizzard went through that period and they laid a lot of people off after announcing record profits, and then they just laid off a load of people. The amount of emails I got from people who are leaving Blizzard, they were heartbreaking. They were literally heartbreaking. And a lot of them were just sending me these emails, and they were saying, you don't have to respond to this email. I'm not looking for you to respond to this email. I'm not looking for you. Don't put this into a video, please. I just need to vent to somebody who is, passionate about gaming and sees what's going on. And they would literally just tell me their fucking heartbreaking story. A lot of people with a lot of passion, but they don't have the decision-making powers. And so they get put into a machine that's just churning. As you can play Atomfall tomorrow. What's Atomfall? Do I know Atomfall? Which one's this? Oh, whoa. Is this how to... Oh! Oh, fuck. We might be playing Atomfall tomorrow. Wait. It says coming March 27th. Is there oh yeah, if you get the deluxe version, then you get 3 days early access. Oh, what do we think, chat? What do we think? Oh, I'm going to do a poll. Right, tomorrow. Assassin's Creed ACS or Atomfall? ACS Atomfall. Boobies. Booby doobies. Shows your poll there. Have a look at my poll. Tell me what you think of my poll. Savage responses only, please. Hey, chat, we've been going some today, but I've been having a lot of fun in your company. Oh, I better try. 2 secs, chat. I have to do something. Oh. Okay. Have I got it in my wish list? Do I have it on my wish list? I'm just checking. I'm just having a look at my wish list on Steam. Do I have it on there? I don't. Do you know what I did add to my wish list? Silent Hill F. I like the look of the trailer for Silent Hill F. Oh, easy. Add to wish list. Okay, brilliant. Okay, it's on wish list, so I'm gonna get an email notification for when I forget. Oh, nice one. Whoever, I can't remember who said that. Who said that about it? Who said that about it? About Atomfall. Whoever said about Atomfall to me. Thank you. Yeah, I do know the game. You know, I do know the game, but I didn't have it on my wish list. So nice. Gorbs with a £5 says, as my dear departed improv sensei used to say, the competition of the professional is the common person with a computer and mic. Yeah. Yes, that is true. I mean, a lot of I talked about entertainment. I talked about, you know, video games taking so many years to develop. Movies, they take years to develop. These things can't pivot quickly. This, I can pivot on a dime. Your online content creators can pivot on a dime. You know, tomorrow, it was going to be on day 3 of Assassin's Creed Shadows. Now, is it going to be day 1 of Atomfall? And we see what Atomfall's like comparative to Assassin's Creed Shadows. The poll says 79% of people say play Atomfall tomorrow. Only 21% say play Assassin's Creed Shadows. We'll see. We'll see. Silent Hill F has gender trigger content. Are you sure you can handle that, Az? Oh, I love the trigger warning. I thought the trigger warning was great. It was just like, if you are a fucking limp-wristed snowflake, this game's not for you. Because it deals with real shit. That's how I personally interpreted it. Kritosis has been a member for 27 months. Kritosis, thank you. Old timer with a 20. From what I've heard, they always have new devs because they don't retain them. Make a game, fire them all. Did you just say? That
was the plan. Not a great plan.
Not a great plan. Not a great plan. Brett Leafers with a $20. I think social media had a lot to do with the whole anti-marketing engagement bullshit. Well, it's rallying the troops. It's rallying the ideological retards that most likely won't even buy the game. It's, hey, look. This billion-dollar corporation's pandering to my ideology. I therefore automatically support company. You are a bigot. Ha! No, nobody cares. Nobody gives a shit. I think social media had a lot to do with the whole anti-marketing engagement bullshit. These emotionally stunted people with their simple minds think they can play these brands just like a giant social media shitpost. Shaking my head. Well, Brett, remember that fucking woman thing that was praising Assassin's Creed was an influencer. You know, nobody fucking watches their shit. Nobody watches their videos. Nobody watches their streams. But because they liked Dragon Age, and they were just like, look at the the mutilation scars on a fucking girl. These are great. These are fucking great. This is an ideology I espouse to. And therefore I support cooperation. And then when Dragon Age the Veilguard failed and they fired all the writers and Corinne Bush jumped shit because they'd done what they needed to do, stick ideology in, destroy game, move on to next company to destroy. And we don't need that fucking person anymore because the game's a failure. We don't need that person anymore. And then that person went on to make another video going, do you know what? I don't think that BioWare had my best interests at heart. I don't think that they really support my ideology. No fucking shit, you retard. You're an idiot. A useful fucking idiot. And that's what it is. That's what it is. You think that the billion-dollar corporation gives a fuck about your skin? Do you think they give a shit about your gender, your ideology, your religion, your fucking sexual orientation? They don't give a shit. You're useful idiots that they think this is what the trend is because they live in a fucking bubble. Because all the people at his company have the same fucking voice. And nobody exists outside of the bubble. And then they bring all the media into the bubble. So all the media say the same fucking shit to the outside of the bubble. And the outside of the bubble goes, yeah, we don't want this. Yeah, this is horse shit. And then it's the outside of the bubble that then gets blamed for the failure of the game. Not the people that made it. It's the outside of the bubble. Oh, they're just a bunch of bigots. They're just a bunch of racist, homophobe, blah, 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 blah. Nobody cares. I've been called racist, sexist, homophobic, bigoted so many fucking times in the last few years. It is a meaningless word. An absolute, oh, you're an alt-right Yahtzee. Am I? Oh, well, moving on. You know, it's just meaningless. Water off a duck's back stuff. Meaningless words from meaningless people. And Brett Leifer's also dropping a 5 gifted into the stream. Brett, Dankeschön. Le Chevalier de Lys with a 2 Canadian says, how about a Sudoku stream as a palate cleanser? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe a late night one. Maybe. I don't know. Logan Johnson with a $10 says, having watched you, Drinker, and Vara Dark's gameplay of this Flustercruck, this will be a no-go for me, and I played all the mainline games. I still recommend Assassin's Creed 1 up to Black Flag to play, in my humble opinion. Well, that's the time that they actually... I saw that Drinker did like a 2.5-hour Assassin's Creed stream. And of course, the first 2.5 hours of the game, there's not a lot of gameplay and there's not a lot of anything that's going on. And remember where you had the tutorial and then you went back in the past and it made you do the same tutorial again? And then remember when you had to meditate to go into a tutorial and the tutorial and the meditation was how to fucking meditate? I had to meditate to get into the fucking tutorial to tell me how to fucking meditate. It looked like these segments were just who was putting them together? Who the fuck was putting them together? Sorry, wrong one. Tabletop Joe with a $23 split for your toy fund, for Belle, and for your mum. Thanks for the lols, brother. $1.99. Tabletop Joe, thank you, sir. I need to pay my mum's electricity bill anyway, so I'll just put it towards electricity bill and I'll get Bell treats. Thank you, buddy. Marmalin with a $10 this morning. What shells you use your figure collection? I think you mentioned it before. Looking around to get decent ones for my own collection. Love the content, man. Keep it up, man. Thank you. These things here, these are called MUDU cases. MUDU cases, and they come from Singapore. So this is what I use, and these are fantastic because of the magnetic perspex covers. These allow for dust-free displays. Dust-free, and believe me, as a collector with multiple things, dust-free, mucho bueno. Mucho bueno. But they're called MUDU cases, and they are excellent. A bit pricey, but they are excellent, and you get the lighting as well. You can get the lighting. You can choose the color of the bases and all of that stuff. So, 2 secs. Okay, excellent. QBG can't do Sunday Funday, so Mr. P's jumping in. But we were going to do repo anyway, so he would have been jumping in anyway. Ali Karagi with a 2 Canadian says, did you watch Witcher Sirens of the Deep? No. Let's just say that Netflix have managed to successfully put me off watching anything to do with The Witcher on Netflix. I'll play the video games quite happily, at least the ones that they've made so far. But I am not interested in their animes. I'm not interested in their TV show. It's shite. Psych tight sessions with a says I'd rather spend $50 on a super chat than give a single cent to quadruple A Western Gaming Studio Q Stone Cold Steve Austin Glass Shutter. And that's the bottom line. Because Stone Cold said so. Hey, that wasn't that bad an impression, was it? That wasn't that bad an impression. Come on now, that was pretty good. Rate my Stone Cold impression. Thank you, dude, for a big fat fiddy 5 as well. For a big fat fiddy. Big fat fiddy. SP of the North with a $5 says, Yasuke, yes, you guy. Coincidence? Well, yeah, it is actually. It actually is, yeah. 4? Get fuck off. Probably fair, actually. Probably fair. 6 out of 10. IGN out of 10. Calioth with a $2 says 43 million divided by 15 / ticks equals 2.87 million bums in seats for Snow White. That sounds like a regular drinker video. That is a terrible open. 87,300,000. That is a terrible. That is a terrible, terrible opening weekend. Oh, well, couldn't have happened to a nicer person in Rachel Zegler. Couldn't have happened to a nicer person. Rosenin 1991 with a €10 says, as I see people, Hypnocast, etc., saying that Assassin's Creed Shadows is a flop. However, if looking at current player count on Steam, it by far exceeds the previous 5 Assassin's Creed games and Outlaws. Thoughts? Okay. I don't know how long you've been in the stream for, but I went through kind of everything in terms of the numbers that we know to date. So the numbers on Steam are low. The previous major one came out in 2020, which is 5 years ago. have gaming habits changed substantially? Yeah, they've moved a lot from physical copies to digital copies in those 5 years. Like 10 years ago, it was 90% physical, 10% digital. Now it's 90% digital, 10% physical. So there's been a huge, colossal change in terms of people's purchasing habits. Does it say it's a flop, though? Does that say it's a flop? No. No. It doesn't say that it's in good shape, but does it say it's a flop? No. However, the big thing is that the Assassin's Creed account are boasting that there's 2 million players, not sales. They are not saying what the sales are. Now, when a company is quite happy to boast about how many people are playing, but they're not happy to disclose what the actual sales figures are, that to me says more than these Steam charts do. That says to me that they don't want to tell you how many of those 2 million are actually paying customers. That's what it says to me. So is it a flop? Well, it's technically too early to say if it's a flop, but has it started the way that they want it to start? No. And also, judging by the fact that the stock price fell on release day, and then the next day it didn't recover and actually fell a little bit more, says that there's most likely information internally at Ubisoft that's saying that they haven't got the sales that they wanted on launch. So those things say to me that Ubisoft have not sold what they were hoping to sell at all when it comes to this game to start with. Much more than the Steam player count. Hope that answers that for you. Eld Dark has been a member for 21 months. Thank you. Appreciate that, dude. Mark Forsyth with a 7 months says, curious how you would have done DD Born Again. This series not really doing it for me. Mark, I haven't even watched episode 4 yet. I've already checked out. I watched the first 3. I didn't like them at all. Well, Vincent D'Onofrio is great, but they're holding him back now. And Charlie Cox is a really good Daredevil, Matt Murdock. But again, he's not having the greatest of stuff to work with. And those 3 episodes, I can't even be asked to watch episode 4. And I gotta watch it. I've got to watch it before Real BBC this week, but I'm checked out of it already. If I wasn't going to be discussing it on shows, that I would have been out. I'd be out now. I'd be done. I'd be 3 episodes and out. EO with a 5 Swiss words. Which video games also remembers sales could be selling or sell through? Very different thing. Well, I need to look into that. But they're not even giving any answer to sales right now. Just how many people are playing. Unknown has been a member for 32 months. Thank you, Unknown. Play 1988 with the €2 says, ooh, take me back. Oh, Ocean Mayan, take me by the high Ocean Mayan. Or maybe, ooh, take me by the hand. Ooh, Mr. Ocean Man. Ooh, take me by the hand. Oof, Mr. Ocean Man. There we go. I actually got the line right. It's been a long time since I did that. Thank you, Clay. Crimson Shadow with a £3 super sticker. Crimson Shadow, thank you. I'm going to say...
A hot dog!
D Reviews with a $2 says Yasuke Simulator is the true return to form. Randy Noms with a $2 says she survived being surrounded by whiteness. I don't know who that was. Oh, Snow White, yeah. Oh my God. Yeesh. Bradzilla with a $20 says, I replayed the Time Splitters trilogy just last year, unlocking all the characters, levels, and weapons. And I thought to myself, if this was made today, all this stuff would be locked behind paywalls in a shop. Correct. Remember when games used to have replayability? Like you would finish Resident Evil and then it would unlock the costumes. And then you could put the different costume on, and then you could do certain things in the game which would unlock another costume and stuff like that, giving it replayability. Oh, it's clipping because I'm going above. I'm going above and beyond. I'm going above and beyond. That's why I'm too powerful. Lord Camina 2 with a $2 says, speaking of decapitation, have you seen American Shower or Shower? Nah. No, I have not. Russell Green with a $5 says, I love your Transformers collection. I'm so jelly. Keep up the great work. All the kind words for you. Thank you, Russell. Yeah, it's a beauty. It's a beauty. I need to sort out the Lego. I've got to build some of these Lego sets and sort all this Lego out down here, but that's going to be my castle Lego section down there. TJ Crink with a $2. It says, someone fresh off Mirage, its AI is a lot better. Oopsies. Clay 1988 with a €2 says, ooh, take me by the... Did I go up? No, he's done another. Ooh, take me by the hand. Ooh, Mr. Ocean Man. Gash is all gangrenous. Mark A. Kent with a £5 says, looking forward to Intergalactic the Heretic Prophet as. Looks amazing to me. I will play it. I will play it. King of Cringe will play it. I will play it so you don't have to. So you can make an informed decision. Also, fuck Naughty Dog. Jack has been a member for 27 months. Says, say, that's a nice poll. Thank you, Jack. Let's just have a look at the poll. Let's end the poll. Tomorrow, should we play Assassin's Creed Shadows or Atomfall? 75% say play Atomfall. 24% say play Assassin's Creed Shadows. Wow. Got some thinking to do now then. Orc with a £5 says, for the Atomfall fun, dude. Wow. There's a very, very poignant or relevant super chat right there. Alvaro Tavares with a 5 Brazilian says, Assassin's Creed Shadow is so devoid of personality that even watching my favorite YouTubers playing it is getting difficult. I'll take Atomfall, please. I mean, Atomfall does look interesting. I don't know how it's going to play, but it does look interesting. Let's find out. Let's find out. Chat's voted. Let's find out. JGGR89 with a $5 says, oh, hell yeah, I'm there with you. I like the look of Silent Hill F. Some heavy Japanese yokai vibes on that one. Yeah. Yes, sir. Lord Photon has become a member. Again, you've been a member for a while, so that's remembering. Thank you, Lord Photon. The Red Dawn Batman with a 5 Canadian says, another one to add to the wish list, Days Gone Remastered. If you've never played it, it's a true 10 out of 10 game. Cheers, friend. I haven't. I need to do a Days Gone playthrough because I haven't played it. And it does look interesting. Lord Photon gifting 20 memberships to the stream. Lord Photon. My shoulder's hurting. I slept on it funny last night. Thank you, Lord Photon. That's mahoosive. And Dr. Dasuke with a 50.
It's a 500 technically because it's 500 Danish, but it translates to roughly 50.
Talking about shitty content on Netflix, I would really like to recommend a new anime called Sakamoto Days. I find it really entertaining and funny. This is for the Atomful. Okay, tomorrow we're going to play Atomful. Tomorrow we're going to play. We're not going back to Assassin's Creed Shadow tomorrow. We're going to play Atomful. We're going to check it out. It's been bought and paid for by the chat. The chat have voted for it. It's locked in. It's now locked in. Tomorrow, Atomful. It's locked in. The atoms have fallen. Correct. Thank you, by the way, Dr. Dasuke. EO with a 5 Swiss says selling equals units shipped to retailers by publisher. Sell through. Okay, gotcha. Sell through equals units sold to users by resellers or retailers. Publishers often report the former to be sneaky. Okay, so this is like number of comics shipped to stores. Yeah. As opposed to sales. So DC would say, well, we sold 400,000 units because the comic shops bought 400,000 units. But we don't know how many of those 4,000 units were picked up by the end user. Gotcha. I'm going to sneeze. That was a eucalyptus sneeze. Thank you, EO. Gordon Cadell with a £2 says, when you're finishing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I've been doing it off stream, Gordon. I'm sorry. Hey, do you know what? I should maybe do it for members only. Something like that. What do you think? Marmillin with a $10 says, thanks for the cases to add to the Assassin's Creed player count. 2019 to 2023, Ubisoft day one launches on Steam, giving exclusivity to their own launcher. Valhalla released in 2020 versus 2022 on Steam. Okay. There's some interesting facts there. Nice. Appreciate them. Kryptonian Jedi's been a member for 31 months. And MJ UK 84 with a 5 Canadian says, FYI, can I totally see your bald spot in the mod case reflection? It's, well, not really, no. It's difficult. Dude, you can see it right here. What are you talking about? You don't need to look. It gets my tipples tippled, so tippled, very tippled. Thank you, MJ UK 84. Right, chat. I've got to wrap it up because in 20 minutes' time, I'm back with Sunday Fun Day. So I'm just going to have enough time to run downstairs, grab myself a couple of coffee, and then we're going to be playing Repo for Sunday Fun Day. Myself, X-Ray Girl, Kara, and Mr. Porkchop. QBG is out of town for today. David Fett sliding in a $50 for the future Days Gone remastered PlayStation 5 and PC playthrough. Story's pretty decent. Horde mechanics are great. Voice acting and mocap are pretty outstanding too. One of my favorite games of all time. We'll do the remaster on the PC. David Fett, that will pay for it. Thank you. You're a legend. You're a naughty sausage. You go into the naughty sausage brigade. And you're a legend. So thank you so much indeed, dude. So massive thank you to everyone who's come to watch today. I think we crept over 3,000 viewers at one point, which I think is a Sunday afternoon tea record. Just FYI. So massive thank you to everyone who came to watch today. Mods, thank you so much indeed for giving up your free time. Everybody who super chatted, membered, remembered, gifted memberships. Thank you for supporting the channel. I'm going to be back in 20 minutes with Sunday Fun Day. So I'm going to have to set up the room and then run downstairs, get a coffee, run back upstairs. 20 minutes with Sunday Fun Day. Repo with the gang. Until then, you take care. Goodbye, Balubu.